OG's turn to ban.
Between OG and Tundra, and the draft is moments away. Will be appearing on your screen very, very shortly. I'm here with Pixel and PSJ, and they are gonna try to break that draft down for us. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. What you want to see from these teams? What you want to see banned? Because there seems to be a little bit of
we find underrepresented heroes so far in DPC, and some teams have made it look incredibly strong. G, a classic team for throwing all their eggs in the basket, you know, a bunch of buffs. We saw the Void with Blood Rage and the Alacrity and all that crazy stuff, so not surprised to see that kind of ban coming out from Tundra.
I am surprised by the AA, Owen.
First pick. I mean,
I think it's exploitable, but
yeah?
I think...
What does it sort of do in the draft? Did you just throw out the...
It removes a lot of heroes. You don't want to pick like Wisp Gyro. You don't want to pick like Centaur or Axe, because in lane and in game, these like beefy heroes that previously most lineups don't have enough damage to bring down efficiently will suddenly die. So the thing is that Centaur is probably the least impacted out of all these heroes, just because he's all about getting the jump on you and helps his team actually get to the back lines. But even then, we have to be careful in the mid game of we're not going to see most likely like Centaur with a Vanguard and a Hood tanking mid tier 1 tower, because AA does represent enough damage to blow it up. So there usually teams are going for something like Oracle against the AA, because one of the only heals that work through the AA ult, because all of the heal comes at the end of False Promise, but it's safe. AA is a combo hero. All you get like a Nyx, you get a Wraith King, you get some sort of hero that stuns, and the AA throws out blast and bursts you full to 0. So the Shadow Demon, great synergy of Centaur, makes sense that OG went this to
turn to ban.
Then we got
okay. First pick the AA, they throw out the second pick.
I'm gonna learn a lot about Brood. Fodder is a Brood specialist, and we're gonna see what 3 bans they ban to protect. I'm gonna
you think Fodder is a Brood specialist, or you mean 33?
Oh, sorry, 33.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is the position 5 Brood?
No. What's...
Oh, I just want to see the Fodder.
What's his name again? 33's name.
Netta.
Yeah, that's why I thinking it. I knew it sounded, I was like, okay, why am I...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, obviously back in the day, 33 is probably one of the best mother players in the game, so it's going to be very exciting to see what he pulls out this hero in its current state, which is pretty good. I mean, we've seen this hero single-handedly just makes it an impossible lane for some safe laners to farm into, so it'll also be intriguing to see what OG think is the best hero that's going to be able to farm against the
Troll got banned. We saw that own a Brood like 3 or 4 days ago. I would guess like Troll, Sven, and...
Would you still be worried about the Pango we saw doing so well earlier, or with the Centaur
Pango
picks, you're
Grim,
fine?
I guess...
It'd have to be like a Pango mid or Pango 5 or something, or like, I guess...
I mean, Thompson would play a Pango mid.
Yeah.
Thompson would play a Grimstroke mid.
He would, yeah.
You know, if he feels it's a good Grim game, I think Grimstroke is absolutely on the table.
The carry either has to do well in a right-click battle, Troll Warlord being a perfect example where you have missed chances from Whirling Axes, or you have to be a hero that can CS without right-clicking.
Sure, you have some sort of...
Yeah, because the way Brood works right now is she uses Insatiable Hunger, hits you with the Silken Boa, so you have a missed chance, you're slow, and you just can't fight back. So you need either a way to CS and get away from that, or you need a way to out-man fight her when she does that, and that's what the Troll type does. So, curious what else. I've started, like, you think heroes like Gyro and stuff that clear the spiders would be good, but it's not about the spiders. It's about being able to get past that level 1 through 5, the Insatiable Hunger plus Silken Boa.
I mean, this is, I do feel this is just quite a statement, though. The confidence to second pick it here against OG. If they get away with this, Tundra are going to have a fantastic start to this series if they're able to win with this sort of aggressive.
Ban the Gyro though.
Aggressive opening.
I've seen it loose to Brood twice in my pubs. Like the Gyro thinks, oh, we're good. I got flak, and then you just get shoved out of lane at level 5. I
mean, for OG, are there any sort of solid like range agi carries that they're looking to gear up with the SD and work with the illusions? Do you think?
Terrorblade may be the best, just because you can sunder through AA ult.
Do you like Spectre against sort of the AA Brood? Or?
Spectre could work. You could either rush the Blade Mail or the Vanguard to be okay against it. Kind of depends on what 5 position route they want to go. I really am going to learn a lot this game because we're seeing one team who's very confident in Brood, so they get to ban out what they think will beat it. And then another team who has all the information that there's going to be a Brood, so they haven't picked their 5 or their 1 yet. What heroes do they think will help enable? Because sometimes you can pick a 1 that doesn't necessarily deal with the Brood all.
This banning phase, we have Tundra still sitting on 2 minutes 10 seconds bonus time. Like, that's the full bonus time available. OG, they've been digging through it. They're like, okay, how are we gonna deal with this 30?
Tundra's the one that refined and came in with an idea of exactly, okay, if we're gonna pick second pick Brood, they've probably tried it in scrims a few times. Maybe they got screwed over by something like the Gyro or the Ember, and they're like, okay, against the OG. Have to get rid of these. We're already ready ahead of time. OG on the other hand caught off guard a bit.
Yeah, Grim and Pango both still in the pool, by the way.
10 seconds
remaining. Let's see what the answer will be for OG. I would imagine that a lot of people have thought about how to deal with the Brood because it has been such a topic of conversation where everybody thinks, yes, this could be a really good hero. They will go for the PL, so we're going to see Anna on that.
Wow.
I think, honestly, I don't think this is too surprising considering the bans that OG was going for here, taking out these early game mids that are going to be able to hunt the PL, and then, of course, the Tiny and Lesh because of their wave clear and AoE effect.
10 seconds remaining.
I think really taken out sort of most of the heroes that Anna is not going to have fun playing against. So this PL picked in a pretty nice position, and of course into a game where so far 2 heroes, neither with any lockdown at all. So PL is going to be pretty free to jump in and out of the action.
I would like to see a Nyx from Tundra.
Why?
I think he's just the perfect roamer to pair with Broodmother, and it's good against all the heroes we see so far. Shadow Demon save sets up for your Impale. It also works very well on the map with AA. Nyx AA can actually kill almost anybody once they both have their ultimates. And PL's surprisingly annoying to play Nyx into. They go for the PA. You want to pick a carry with innate mobility when you're against Shadow Demon, because otherwise you just get purged and you can't move. And so a lot of the stunning combos like Wraith King, Sven, that would otherwise be good, do not look as appetizing. So PA, one of the few carries that not only has good mobility, but matches up pretty decently against the PL. So I like all the picks, honestly, so far from both teams. PL's a little bit weird to me, though. I'm just surprised they picked it this early.
Comfort pick as well, of course.
Ana PL is a sight to behold. Oh, he got his name changed to from Humble God.
Oh, he did. He's no longer Humble God. He actually got it changed.
I'm honestly happy.
That is some special treatment coming out there for a 2-time TI winner.
No, I think the viewers will be happy as well.
Yeah.
Every time we said, and Humble God, they're like, he's not called Humble God, he's called Anna. Well, it says his name, but now he's got it changed, so we're all on the same page again.
Yeah.
Anna's back, ladies and gentlemen.
And we did end up getting a message from the team saying, hey, he wants to be called Anna, please.
Oh, we did say that. Oh, so was it was a case of maybe accidentally registering?
No, well, accidentally.
It was like a meme that they didn't recognize the repercussions.
Yeah, he didn't know that he was not going to have the chance to turn it back.
Joke. Oh, I can't change it. Oh, no. You know, like we're getting that regretful tattoo. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was erasable. No.
Dude, Snake King, man, you want to carry this game as Nyx. You want it, dude. This is such a good Nyx game.
Yeah, especially against the Willow as well, you're right.
They'll go for the Mars
They
though,
like
first.
to prioritize the mid lane.
Yeah, that's a 9 Mars.
This is a 9 Mars. Yes.
That is so strange to me because PL is one of the best carries against Mars. You like are really good at kiting him with the diffusal and the lance, and also Spear only hits one target. And if that's an illusion, that's an illusion. You know, it'll do damage to all the PLs, but it only spears
5 seconds remaining.
So that's a little peculiar to me.
Wait, no, doesn't it only latch onto the real PL?
No, it latches illusions.
Oh, well, there you go.
It'll latch the thing that hits first. So if there's 8 illusions in a PL, you have a 1 out of 9 shot based on proximity, which one it's going to hit.
All right, and I guess God's Rebuke just never ends up being enough for us to really...
It's nice in lane, but it's not laning right now, right? They as we expect at least, it's a Broodmother against the Phantom Lancer in lane. So the God's Rebuke does end up becoming relatively underwhelming later.
So at the moment, it looks like the Ancient Apparition will be the 5, right? So we're searching for a off-laner that works together with the Brood.
5 seconds
the 4 position.
The 4, but that's what I mean,
They banned out the Enigma. What's going on here? What are they expecting? Is this like a 4 Mars? Like, what's going on? Like, they're not banning out a 4 Enigma, are they? I guess they think maybe it could be like a, deny
Snake King has played Enigma 4 when they played up against Secret. That was actually the game that they ended up winning as well. We've seen Snake King also play Winter Wyvern, Tiny Lion, Spirit Breaker, Snapfire and Claw.
I guess that's why Nyx isn't getting picked. He hasn't played it yet. You want a hero that easily sets up for AA. You know, if that hero plus AA smokes and all 3 cores are showing, I'm still scared to farm on any of the cores on OG. That's like what I'm thinking. Yeah, Lion's a good ban.
Well,
like,
what about one of the old school classics then, the Earthshaker, or is that hero just...
It's just too greedy, I think. Like, you want it to be both level 6. That guy's gonna die if you find them, and Earthshaker needs to get on top of them to do it. I think that hero just got
10 seconds remaining.
He got minor nerfs where like Enchant Totem no longer has True Strike, and so many other heroes got crazy good shards and like little buffs here and there. And Earthshaker just feels underwhelming. I don't think we've seen it at all. I don't remember seeing any Earthshakers.
No, we haven't really.
You do our Spirits, but the root from Willow can be kind of annoying. They don't have any instant stuns on OG. That's why I think Nyx is so good. But maybe maybe I'm missing something. Usually you worry about not being able to carapace anything.
They pick the Grimstroke themselves.
I'm very...
Maybe also a little bit of a deny pick, so Thompson can't play it mid.
Works well with PA, double dagger. Being swole target.
Well, what is Thompson going to go? I'm hoping for a bit of a curveball, something crazy here from Thompson.
It's just Void Spirit, I think.
10 seconds remaining.
This is such a great Void Spirit. You want any of the spirits. You want a hero that doesn't die to Arena.
Will be a Pango.
There you go. We talked about the Pangos.
Yeah, we did.
The Brood Killer.
Pango's very good against Mars as well. It's not the best lane. Okay, Mars should win the lane, but because you have Rolling BKB or Magic Immunity, doesn't care about the arena. So as long as you're not the one that got speared and dies to the arena, you counter initiate the Mars really well. And we saw last series what happens when Pango's on the map against Brood.
Was it the end of the game?
1,000 CS or something.
I think in that sort of 6-minute game, he'd made about 6,000 gold.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he was #1 net worth for a large portion of the late game.
Yeah, so a very solid answer. But it is 33 Brood. Maybe he's going to be able to magically micro the spider babies and not feed them to Thompson.
I just think the Mars pick and Grimstroke pick are so underwhelming for 4th, 5th picks. It's like they're okay. They kind of go with your lineup. They have some team fight, but they don't hard counter or like a shut down the win condition for OG. I think Ana's going to get space, and then he's going to be the most powerful hero in the game.
Yeah, I think OG covered the Ana PL pick really nicely, and I got to agree. I don't know how they catch this PL. And I love that they came out with like an early Brood, that they're that confident in it. I can't wait to see 33 play it. Yeah. But I've got to believe that OG with this draft here have responded suitably, and I think OG's, the draft win is there for them here.
Is there any sort of timing that you're looking for, like where the Brood should be doing good or when he should be ahead? Like,
I think Greaves are insanely valuable this game because of the diffusal mana burn. So I think it's like the Greaves into like a 1 medallion or solar from somebody, and they take that early Roche, and I think that's like around 15-20 minutes that we want to see that because PL is not ready to fight by then.
Okay, so gotta beat the PL timing, and if the game goes late, it's an OG victory.
PA gets Aegis, suddenly the PL timing is underwhelming when he eventually gets there. PA can actually kill PL ahead in items, so.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a clock here going on for Tundra, but it is 33 on his Brood. They first phased it for a reason, and we're gonna find out what that reason exactly is. Can they take this first game against OG, or will Anna's PL get out of control? We're gonna find out together with Cap and Kyle.
Due to the fact that Tundra did drop a game against Brame, they are now in a position where they desperately need a win. But the schedule does not look favorable for them, Kyle. They are, in their next 4 matches, have to face up against the standing top 4 teams. OG now, Liquid this week, and then Nigma as well as Alliance to wrap up the rest of their schedule. They got to find a win somewhere in here, Kyle.
Indeed they do, and they're still not out of it. 1-2, OG sitting at 2-1. It's a lot of season left to be played, but this is one of those series they've got to come out and look for a W. As you said, first 2 Brood, rather. I see this in like Division 2 NA. I don't know how effective it'll be here against the 2-time reigning TI champions. You gotta figure they know a thing about the Broodmother.
So you would have liked it more if they saved this pick. Is that what you're saying? If they did a forced surprise pick?
30 seconds
Hey,
to
we're
battle.
Broodmothering you. You only have 1 hero to respond now.
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
But you never know. I mean, the hero could just be broken.
Oh, Seb. He's trying to sneak and figure out where the ward is, and they almost caught him in the act there. Fortunately, he's a tanky boy with that bracer and being a centaur.
They do get the ward, though.
True.
Worth.
It was. It certainly was.
The
Let's see.
battle's starting.
I mean, the trouble you have is 3-3 here. Oh, hang on. Okay, well, no, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill him? A body block? No, he's gonna be just fine. You don't have the greatest Brood game here. The panel was discussing it. We saw it earlier today. Pangolier against Brood, you just clear those spiders, no problem, especially when you're a 2 position. But PL is just a hero you can never really pressure.
Yeah. It's already off to a bit of an awkward start, about 300 net worth lead. To start things off for OG, getting 3 bounties as well as being able to de-ward that 1 ward. So Tundra already looking a little shaky here, but I have faith anyway that they picked up this Broodmother with a plan, right? Like they had to have scrimmed this out and basically said, okay, this is actually a viable hero as long as we take out these 2 or 3 heroes, right? And that's what they did. They ran away. What? Ember. What else did they ban away? I just remember Ember, and there was 2 sideline heroes that would deal with it.
I mean,
The battle
it's certainly good. It'll be interesting to see what the item build is, because whatever 3-3 does, I'm gonna just assume, like, this man is, he tests things. Like, I'm sure he'll have something that's thoroughly min-maxed. I wouldn't be surprised, he was the guy that popularized the Helm of the Dominator pipe build back a couple patches ago.
Yeah.
I think something like that could be possible. Maybe he'll go for more of a right-click build, like a Diffusal BKB, could rush an Orchid, you can get a Solar Crest. There's a lot of different options, and I'm going to see a couple of DCs as teams try to fix their ping.
I like the way that OG dealt with the Broodmother pick, because they didn't actually, out of their side lane, get some sort of big AoE clear.
No.
Right? You traditionally think of Broodmother and like, oh, I need a way to kill the spiders. But laning phase, that's not the case. He actually doesn't have spiders at all. What they dealt with was the Broodmother wants to charge at you and right-click you, and they got a Phantom Lancer who can doppelgang. Yep. And they've got a Dark Willow who can Shadow Realm. So they're going to ink swell, and this Broodmother's going to run at him and look to lifesteal, but won't be able to hit anything.
Yep, and that's what we've seen very effective against the Brood pre-spiders. We Troll yesterday in the VP, or 2 days ago in the VP Navi series, Razor earlier today. until Spiders, the hero is just a weak laner if you're not able to trade effectively. And as you said, you cannot do it against these heroes. Shadow Demon even later on in the game, you just throw out a quick disrupt, no big deal. Also, Fog told me something about the Willow was that OG see this as an open pick. Apparently Thompson's been playing it a lot mid, going this Midas Ags rush. So maybe not ideal in this game, but it was definitely something that they considered an option.
Something to look out for in the future. Here they pick up and they're like, okay, we need a Pango because we still should have an answer to the Spiders themselves. More of a mid-game answer, and obviously Pango is easily one of the best heroes.
It's really good against PA as well.
Yeah.
You get the potential disarm procs, buy a bunch of armor items, most likely, the disarm.
You've got some answers to Mars if you get the shard. Instant magic immunity, you can roll through the arena, and you can also hop over the arena with shield crash. So a lot of different tools there available to you.
You can toss people out of arena, right?
Yeah.
Can you leap out of
Brooding us first game like this, not cool, Fada. No manners, SMH. A little bit of a cute all chat there from Saxa. Somebody I don't normally see all chatting a whole lot.
Our admin, we don't have a Phantom Assassin in the game yet, so we can't start just yet. And yeah, I mean, OG, they got it right to be a little peeved, you know. First 2 Brood, like, come on, guys. It's like first 2 Omni Knight Huskar. It's like, oh, that's the kind of game we're gonna play. You don't want to play Dota today?
Yeah, that's how you view it. These cheesy heroes, they're not really Dota. Next thing you're gonna say is Techies games aren't normal Dota games.
Those are definitely not. The Brood, I think, after the
I played a lot of Dota yesterday, Kyle, and half of them were me playing Techies. And let me just say, they were all Dota games. Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm convinced that the hero is legit, and I'm gonna try and figure out how legit it is.
Oh my, you know, there's like a lot of other heroes that are legit.
Yeah.
That aren't Techies.
Yeah, and I haven't played. Why are we upside down? The Techie is not a hero that I have a ton of experience with, so I'm learning. Kyle.
Lost a lot of respect.
I mean, you know, somebody on this panel has got to be able to talk about certain heroes.
The hero is this. Okay,
sometimes
place mines. There's supposedly a strategy. I'm sure Jackson Pollock would say the same. There's an art form to just splattering paint on the map. Yeah, you trade and immediately suicide for damage. It's very, very entertaining gameplay. I totally agree. Broodmother is a bit different now. I don't think it's quite as cheesy. It's more that you just at some point will still have to deal with these spiders cliff walking up and down the map, clearing your jungle. It's gonna be.
Do you think it's less cheesy now that the ultimate is the spiders? I find so anyway.
Yeah, it's less cheesy. It's just tedious. It's just annoying to play against.
What an amazing thing.
And that is something that they will. That is going to be one of the goals of Tundra's strategy here, right? Is the Broodmother. Hopefully, you win your lane, you take that tower early, you get a bunch of spiders, and you start just taking over the map, right? And you're taking over such a large share of the map that the PA has a way just to be able to sit in her triangle and not be bothered because the enemy team is so occupied with a Broodmother pick.
Yep. The concern I have is the support duo of Tundra is really susceptible to just being straight up charged at. No real answer to the illusions. A stampede forward can be real tough as
So this whole mess is all your fault?
pauses continue.
Apparently we're having slight issues.
It's all right.
OG, as you can see, does indeed not have a webcam on.
Was that the Curiosity on Mars? Just like an orange. All right. Just leave the camera off. It's all good. Although 9, I don't think you were lagging. We'll keep.
You know the hack I've seen some players do is the using their phone to connect. So that their phone is doing some vertical camera into Discord. We still get something to see. They don't have to worry about potential lag. Though I don't know. I feel like Discord webcam.
Yeah, I was about to say,
take up that
2021.
Much,
We're
what kind of computers we got here?
Yeah, seriously. That's a
any of
I
these
mean, the
guys
chip shortage,
stream?
perhaps.
Like, I feel like streaming takes up a lot of resources too.
I think Snaking traveled to the EU, so who knows what machine he's on over there.
True.
I gotta say, Tundra thus far have been a little disappointed in me this season. I really think Snay was
Wrong choice for them?
No, opposite.
Okay.
Uncut diamond. You know,
I'm
he's,
frustrating and all, but let's go.
he's been a very solid player for a long time.
Thought it was stuck.
But they just haven't found too much success. We'll see. I think a lot of their games kind of ride or die with Skeeter's performance.
Somebody's about to get mad. There, I believe there is a time limit. I believe at least standard rules are usually 5 minutes of total pause time.
Dude, this hasn't happened in a while.
So.
Like, not to jinx anything, man. I remember back in the day when there was that Skype vulnerability.
Oh,
we were
God.
playing Han. We had a separate internet connection, and we made fake Skype names so that we only ever used on our alternate tournament internet.
Yeah.
Because God forbid somebody finds your IP and you can't change it.
Yeah.
You
Let's
just no
get
longer
on
get to play.
with it.
Remember there was like a year Navi just couldn't play at LAN.
Yeah.
The old days.
Frustrating times to be a commentator.
Yeah, we take it
you
for
did
granted.
not look forward to casting any Navi games because somebody out there had a grudge. All right, well, it looks like back into the swing of things here as Snaking tries to. I'm very surprised that they didn't block the pull. Maybe they did, and it's already been dewarded. But I feel like that's the go-to play right now. Is instead of buying boots, buying Sentry and making sure that camps are blocked if you feel like it's disruptive to your lane. And I would argue this is probably a lane that you want the enemy team to be stuck in the lane fighting you rather than being able to do pulling shenanigans.
Interesting. Notel drops a sentry in the camp. I think that Snaking saw that. Yeah, he's going to grab it, but does block the 2 o'clock spawn. That's doing a little pressure to 3-3, but man, this is a rough one.
Notel did not go Shadow Realm. He went Curse Crown, and as a result, 33 takes advantage and chomps on him a little bit. Fortunately, Notel did have a way to cut down that tree, but I felt like that was an unnecessary amount of damage he just took as a result. 2 levels of Shield Crash out from Thompson here. We've seen more and more people going Shield Crash level 1 because the mana cost got
so cheap
buffed.
now.
It went from 80 to 60, so it's incredibly cheap to spam in lane.
They buffed the damage reduction as well on earlier levels, so that 1 or 2 points is really efficient. And especially mid now with all the bottle with the runes available, it's just always value to be able to push waves out real quick. Top lane.
Tried to jump at him. Unfortunately, the Bramble's got in his way. He couldn't get off the stun. Snaking's definitely dead here. That's going to be your first blood. No-Tail picks up that one. See if No-Tail can't actually get out here. It's not looking so hot for him, so he will get traded out most likely. Oh, healing salve, and he's actually fine. 33 doesn't want to dive into the tower and ruin his own game there, so well done.
Yeah, definitely a different style of Brood coming out, though. He's getting the early Orb of Corruption. I think that's the right choice, right? Because you just have to be trading. We saw a Soul Ring rush in the previous series. A nice bottle refill from Snaking. Does die, but helps out his mid player.
They're
Trying to make
beating
the
on Dire's
best
top
of the
tower.
situation, I suppose. And it also doesn't seem like they're... Like, this duo... Maybe they can survive a Broodmother lane, but they certainly can't pressure a Broodmother. At least, not the way I see it.
It's starting not to look like the greatest counter pick, to be quite honest. You're getting out CS'd.
Yeah,
I don't think it really gets any better.
He's 12-1?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. That's not so hot.
See how it plays out. I mean, bottom lane Skeeter is just straight up free farming.
Yeah,
and,
they even
they're
got
winning.
the kill earlier.
And yeah, it's a last pick Pango. I think that's mostly for the anti-Brood and mid-game team fighting, but as a matchup against Mars mid, it is not ideal for Thompson.
Yeah.
I like that the Soul Ring build from 9, so he's just going to continuously spam both spells. And Thompson will do the same, but Mars just packs more of a punch.
Yeah. Pango's stats are certainly not the most amazing in the world.
very slow paced game. I mean, off to a nice start in the lanes though. Tundra is looking solid here. There's the Orb of Corruption. I don't know if this lane ever gets any better for Ana. Like, you can't trade with Brood. And he's getting so much passive health regen as well just by sitting in a web. Oh, whoa, Thompson?
Yeah, he's going to go for it. He hit his level 6 nice and early. 9, he's going to get this kill on Thompson, unless Thompson can somehow stop this. He kills a creep to get level 6, to get the Rolling Thunder off, and now 9, he's going to be the one potentially dying here as Thompson. Looking for a potential angle here. He is not going to hit him with the last one, but he does have the swashbuckle, times it up, and the shield crash finishes him off. Unbelievable play from Thompson. The situational awareness there.
Really well done. He's 100% dead, I think, if he doesn't get the ult off. The W from Mars was coming up in just a moment, but rolls and the TP from No Tail to get the turnaround kill. That changes the entire dynamic of this mid wave. Ana is going to take some pressure up top while this goes down, but yeah, we can check this out. He's one creep away. Does he actually get the last hit on it? I believe, yeah, he runs over.
Yeah, he sees the melee creeps low. One hit. Swerve. Pops Rolling Thunder. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't roll straight at him right away, but I guess he was a little bit scared there.
Nah, if he catches the W, yep, he's dead.
So waits out the God's Rebuke. Gets close to him as the Cursed Crown hits. Just solid Dota play right there from Thompson.
It's, who was it that did an interview talking about laning against Thompson? I think, was it 9?
Anna, he used his doppelganger, so he's having to keep his distance now. I missed that interview, to be honest.
I think it was Stormer who's discussing how Limp was a beast and that he had never beaten Thompson in lane, because it's like you always try to kill him and somehow he's like done the math and lives with 30 HP. But like in this case, he's 6, so you're like, I had him, but
yeah, I was like, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead. And then all of a sudden,
just always playing on the edge.
There's one creep that's 1 HP and he hits it and gets level 6. Crazy stuff.
Still all good. I mean, Thompson's top net worth, but so far so good. I mean, Skeeter is huge, and
they can actually get this kill on Ana, which he's going to be forced. Doppelganger and the Inkswell will find the real one here. Kill him. Thompson, he makes an entrance here, but it's not going to do much. 33 is certainly fast enough to deal with the Rolling Boulder. They're going to go for snaking instead. Silenced up for a second here, and that is enough that, yeah. Doesn't feel like he can go for it anymore.
It is, this is kind of Tundra's bread and butter. Like, yes, Seb, pretty annoying now. He'll just have to wave, farm jungle in the meantime. But Skeeter is free farming, and he's going to have a Battle Fury real quick. I do not believe this is a PL favored matchup anymore. And if I'm not mistaken, the shard on PA is also very effective because you'll break, not only do you do the AoE damage to the illusions, but you break him, so there's no juxtapose proc or charge available. And 3-4 items in, I think you just go toe-to-toe quite easily. The diffusal timing for Ana is going to be what it's all about.
Radiant's middle tower could use
Snaking. He will try and juke this one out. That was a nice idea, but Ana spots him.
It looks like Dire.
So he dies. Tundra's still up by 2k, despite being down a kill here.
This will be where the Brood is put to the test, though, because now Centaur with the Vanguard's TP'd into the lane. Can you still pressure the tower? I don't think so, but maybe you can out-farm. You can take over the map a little bit.
Holy cow, that's a lot of stacks. That's OG evening out the net worth if they can get all this.
Shout out to No Tail doing his part. Can't really do much with the Brood, but can help his allies. A little bit extra bonus gold going his way, of course, because he was the one who did the stacking.
Thompson shows up back the lane, missing a little bit of health, but otherwise not too much worse for wear, acting like nothing ever happened.
I will someday repay.
They have abandoned the bottom lane, though, and Skeeter, you know, maybe gets criticized, and rightfully so, for having a smaller hero pool, but when you give him one of his best heroes and total free farm, that is when he certainly looks the best.
Runs into Thompson here. They're trying to chase him down. They're going to turn around instead, go for the Dark Willow. Nice use of the Shadow Realm just before the spear, but he is still very dead. Just the nuking power of Tundra is going to kill this 5-position Dark Willow.
Yeah. 3-3. He went for the arcane boots too. Oh, that's what
Dire's middle tower.
we saw in the Division 2 game just before this as well.
Soul Ring and Arcane Ring, so really feeling like you actually do need the and it kind of makes sense now that you have like a third spell that you're casting regularly. Like, yeah, maybe you're not using webs all that much like normal, but Silken Bola is just another spell that's going to be taxing your mana pool. What did he break apart the arcane boots? Nope. Okay, we'll see if he does something like that. Maybe they even go some team fight items. Nice swashbuckle, hits 2. Thompson, though, can't actually finish him off. Fada is turning around and getting a little damage in. The Centaur Stampede will allow Thompson not only to get that kill, but dodge. Shield crashes back in for the damage reduction here, so he is a tanky boy. It's going to be hard to bring him down, but they can keep chasing him. He's got one more swashbuckle. Over the side he goes, but surely they've got him this time. Another shield crash coming up, but it's too much. 9 claims the kill and takes the killing spree away.
Yeah, space created though. But so far it's the 3 cores of Tundra, all top net worth. You got to be feeling pretty comfortable in this position. And it's going to be the Ana defusal timing that they're waiting for, but he's going to have that about the same time PA finishes Battle Fury at this rate, and that just doesn't seem like a great trade. Tundra out to a great start, have the AA ult prepared, and it'll be a Crimson Gold rush on Seb. So there's your anti-brood. I believe that reduces all damage from spiders.
Yeah, it will help the tower survive against these pushes as well, which is something that he can only do so much about, right? Like, he could stand around the tower, but 33 can't ignore him. What can't be ignored here is this smoke move from Tundra. They set this up. 33 was hitting top, and Tundra said, I bet they're going to make a move to try and stop 33 from taking this tower, and they read OG like a book.
Really well done. Thompson almost getting the Rolling Thunder off in time, but not quite, so he will die once again. You know, it just doesn't feel like OG have the tools to really get anything going here. For Tundra, it's super simple. Just Mars, Arena, Spear, okay, that's a kill. OG, your setup doesn't really exist. Seb's going for the pure defensive build, which makes sense, but they have no Blink Initiator. They have no support that can really set up properly. It's not as if a disruption is going to be an easy task.
And something you mentioned earlier, which is that OG can't just be purely on the defensive mode because you like Tundra's setup against the Phantom Lancer later on into this game.
Yeah, Skeeter is just straight up free farming. He will have a Battle Fury quite possibly before the defusal on Ana is done, which is kind of crazy. 700 gold away is Ana, and only 800 for the Claymore that Skeeter needs to complete his BF. But yeah, this is looking good. Tundra, I think, do best in these slower paced games. I don't know about the first 2 Brood, but 3-3 certainly looks comfortable.
They're gonna try and go for him here. They're gonna kill all of his spiders, set up the disruption into the Rolling Thunder, then the stomp, and he is certainly, he's dead, right? He's dead. They're gonna chase after him. The shield crash, that'll catch up to him. 33 finally does go down. Meanwhile, they're gonna on the other side of things in mid. They're gonna try and kill this Dark Willow, who actually managed to get out of the arena instead of staying next to the wall. Fears up 9 and does manage to TP out.
That shouldn't work. Did he?
So he was in the river, and he was basically at a position where he was in between the wall and the shield that pushes you back. That's basically because the cliff was like right there, so like ended up pushing him outside of the arena rather than keeping him in.
All intended, I'm sure.
Just one of those awkward. If he'd put it a little bit farther down, right, then he'd just be stuck getting hit by the shield over and over again.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
No, that shouldn't.
Radiant have fortified their structures.
He glitches through it.
It's gonna pop him out because he's on a cliff. Cliff is gonna kick him out one way or another. And it's
I guess he slid underneath it. That makes sense because it's like it's positioned on the high ground, right?
So he dug a hole.
Exactly.
Right. So
you can hop over it, but in this case, he just goes right.
So when you were saying that couldn't work, you were saying not Dota mechanics wise, but like real world mechanics.
Yeah, I mean it's gotta make sense with the lore. Yeah, so far so good. It's an even game, but the map control Tundra's exerting right now is kind of nuts. They've just owned this OG top jungle.
9. Kind of sitting here, waiting to go. Doesn't pull the trigger though. And since they spotted the Ancient Apparition, may still not be able to find an opportunity to pull that trigger, but they are taking a tier 2 while all this is happening. So Tundra is basically repeating the same thing they did last time, which is they smoked to the Broodmother to protect his game. OG is aware of this though, and they do have a little bit of counterplay. 9 is going to be slowed down quite heavily here. They might be able to burst him down. He's going to use the arena to protect himself for here. Here comes the Rolling Thunder though. It's going to nail him a couple times, especially with the Stampede. The Dark Willow comes in to try and finish off the job. He gets speared away. Thompson in pursuit. The swashbuckle, and one more hit. That'll do the job. They get that kill. Can they get a little bit more? Snaking here. The TP out is successful. OG, you cannot pull the same trick twice against them. This time they learned and adapted.
Really nice play from Soxa there. Jukes out all the spells with the defensive disrupt. Then the team TPs in, pops the ulti to ensure the Mars kill. Really awkward dive though from Tundra. I understand you want to pressure tier 2, but Skeeter's not even there. He's farming an ancient stack. You can chill. That's a huge dive, and let's say you even land that kill. Don't think you're getting the tier 2 out of it once Thompson shows. And in addition, it's a Soxa Shadow Demon. It's not as if it's a high priority kill.
It was definitely one of those smokes where it was like, oh, we want something out of this.
Yeah.
And all we're seeing in the Shadow Demon. Last time the smoke that they did, it was natural and effective. They were able to move behind a tower and catch a core.
Yep.
Well, no way that OG is able to fight once they lose Thompson at the very start of an engagement. But you fail to kill a support, yeah, that fight's going to look a whole lot different.
The X factor here for OG, check out the net worth chart. Seb is on top. He is just flash farming, spamming double edge. He's level 13 and a quarter, highest in game, and he just finished a blink. So you're coming online with these OG cores.
Do you think Centaur can make a difference here?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. What is the impact of the Centaur that we're looking for?
Just the initiation. You have so much damage potential with an early soul catcher into the Centaur. He's not really killable by any of these Tundra heroes. Just going to absorb the physical damage. It's the Deso timing on the PA where things start to get a little spooky. And it looks like Seb's actually queued up Ags and Halberd. Curious to see what he goes for first.
Thompson's hunting spiders. Oh, and he nailed them.
You can tell, yeah, the game lagged a bit.
yeah. 576 gold off of spiders so far. So actually not quite as much as I expected, given how many spiders he's killed so far, but...
And there's your impact. The blink on Seb means suddenly OG have the ability to actually get kills. For the entire first 17 minutes of the game, it's just been the Tundra show. Whereas now, you got the easy setups.
This is a little awkward for 33. I feel like he's likely okay here, but still pressured a bit by Thompson, who will kill some more spiders. Can we see a CS real quickly? I just want to see a number. 229.
As the DD, be cautious fighting into this if you're Tundra. OG is looking to connect, and they have a pretty solid timing here. They've taken control of the gold lead once again, but it's more about the item timings, you know. Everything is online. They have the Diffusal, they have the Hood on the PL, so he's quite tanky. And then Crimson Guard Blink on the Centaur, so you can't really win a fight if OG are the ones instigating. You need to open with the Mars ulti.
Yeah, and that's something that you could see. He's put up a Blink Dagger and has BKB still up there as well. Tries to go for the spear, misses. Anna is able to doppelganger away in time. Rotations are coming from OG. Just in case Anna wasn't able to escape that initiation, they could potentially get a punish here as Nine's going to be spotted. Spear thrown up, missed. Is Thompson swashbuckles right past him there, and is going to start slowing down 9. First with the slow, and now the Rolling Thunder. And you can see the impact of the Shadow Demon here, making 9 much squishier. Turns around, throws out a God's Rebuke, but eventually he's going to be burned out. Tundra not able to do much when their Mars is dead, and the mid's being pressured as well now. OG really feeling like they are, as you said, completely turning this game around. As now Skeeter's going to be gone on. They're going to go after him. They're going to stampede, and he's going to be stomped up. They've got a lot of magic damage to throw at him. Another easy kill. Tundra beginning to fall apart now against OG.
I'm just starting to question the Broodmother pick, to be quite honest. He's going to get the tier 2 top. That's quite nice, but it's the same as the lower division series. A mech, a hood, I assume a pipe. He'll have Greaves. But, you know, 3-3, he TPs to that fight. He's a Broodmother with no spiders once he does that. So what's the key? Like, how does this hero actually win you the game as Tundra?
Well, I guess the answer would be like most split pushing cores in the past, right? You have to be able to force the enemy team apart, and then you get a numbers advantage against them, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like Tundra is actually executing that super well.
Because OG, the thing is they have 2 heroes that can just stop the Brood in his tracks. The Pango and the Centaur. 3-3 is powerless to stop either one of them. That Ags on Pango is going to be devastating too. The damage output from the swashbuckles. Well, what would you call them? The swashbuckles on shield crash? Shield crash buckles? No clue.
Either way, it's going to be effective potentially here as 9 is going to be using his first BKB. The Ice Blast is coming in. It's going to be able to hit No Tail on the side. They're still trying to finish up stocks, and eventually he does die. The BKB wears out, and now Tom effective. Brings the Mars kind of low. No Tail is just a sliver of HP. 33 is able to go up the cliff there to be able to dodge some of the damage coming in from Anna as well as Thompson. They're trying to chase down the rest though. Seb, he just comes in and starts swinging immediately. They're managed to kill 9. Skeeter, he's going to be chased after. Nice little juke by him, jumping over to Fauna as fast as possible. Anna's quite low, and they could potentially kill him. The Crimson Guard's going to go out. 33 chasing after him underneath the webs. Tries to be able to catch a real one. And Doppelgangers, can he find the real one now? He actually does, and 33 kills him. He sniffs him out, finds the real Phantom Lancer, and brings him down. Skeeter still playing the edges of the team fight here. As 33, not sure if he's going to be chased down or not, and he is. He's got another web coming up in a second. The Ice Blast coming in hot, though. They could potentially turn this even as 3. The disruption to dodge the nuke onto the Centaur, and I don't think he's going to tick out here.
Oh, that
he's going to be
sick.
perfectly fine.
Some Matrix Neo level saves coming out from Soxa just as the Tagger was about to land. I think almost certainly securing the kill. No Desto on the PA. He will be rushing the BKB.
Oh, was the Dagger coming out as well?
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw Spawn Spy. Oh, then he was 100% dead. He was going to take like 400 damage there.
Yeah, this is a solid game. OG.
It's, Spawn Spiderlings level 2 do 450.
Yeah,
so we'll watch this one again. He's going to turn around point blank. The Dagger's coming. The Spawn Spiderlings at the same time. Both are dodged by the disruption. Just nasty.
Just in time there. OG just doing a great job playing the map. You know, the 4K gold lead is mostly just because they're shoving lanes faster. Ours has been the guy constantly hunting, but you know, both Centaur and Pangolier above Ana on the PL because they're just shoving waves so fast. I've seen Seb use double edge at least 100 times so far this game, just farming everywhere. Has the Solar Crest finished. Really like that decision over a rushed Ags. I think Solar, even after the slight nerf, is still just the best item to buy on any offlaner. And I again go back to this Brood build. Yeah, he's queued it up now, but you know, Greaves Hood before Solar Crest. I think Solar with your PA, isn't that just an insane combination?
Yeah.
Because the damage output of Tundra is what I feel like is lacking thus far.
Yeah, it does feel like, you know, Anna got kind of low in that fight and they weren't able to just like immediately kill him. Centaur is just surviving for so long in these engagements. I definitely agree. They are hitting a timing though now. They do have the double BKB for Tundra. They're down 5K, but this could easily swing if they just win one engagement. The Soulbind, that is perfect. They managed to catch Thompson there. See if they can actually finish him off. The disruption is going to buy him a little bit of time, but he's going to get speared back. He didn't actually go into the wall, and so he's still alive. He's going to be able to get off the Rolling Thunder, and all of a sudden it's disaster for Tundra as Anna is right in the midst of them. Mana burning them all down. 2 already dead. 33 will barely make it out with a TP away, but Tundra, I thought they had that. That was the ideal initiation in many ways, but once again, Soxa proves to be the difference maker here.
And he is just absolutely owning this game. Remember that dive up top he set up? That was a kill line. Again, the disruption to save an ally, turning the fight, giving them Roche. Love Ana. He has the SNY now. Shard will be the next item. I've heard BSJ gush about this backstage for days. How it's so good. Even again, nerfed slightly, but still just what makes PL good on this patch.
Yeah.
Ags, oh my god, as soon as he has Ags, that will just be nuts. He's gonna break the PA. Skeeter won't be able to do a damn thing. No crit, no evasion. Good luck.
Yeah, this is getting nasty for sure, Tops, and you could see
man, I just
another
SD
start.
Just counters PA like really hard.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to initiate, you just disrupt the guy he goes for. That removes the attack speed bonus timing from the blink in, and then late game, this is a 4-position SD. That Ags just renders him like it's just a worthless hero.
Yep.
But I
absolutely
so much more.
So 5K now becomes 7 as we approach 25 minutes.
Yeah, actually, it makes the BKB of the PA just seem you're gonna get purged. You're gonna get broken through the BKB. Like what do you do with no crit?
Yeah.
3 charges too. It used to just be 2, I swore, but now 3 charges of your ultimate.
I mean, he's gonna be able to blink strike onto somebody, but then if he doesn't kill that person immediately, he's just kited out entirely. And very likely he won't if he's perched up.
The one benefit is that after you can't dispel insatiable hunger, even though it's now a normal ability. So he can't just put on all 3 cores and giggle.
Not much good's happening to
But
Radiant's
the move
bottom
speed would
tower.
certainly be affected.
It instantly purge out Inkswell as well.
Yeah.
Right? So that is just yet another factor that...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, it's so
tower is
interesting
no
that OG, and in fact, I'm sure you could talk about this, Kyle, the stress of in-game, of losing a game and trying to figure out what you need to do. The fact that you were able to come up with like a very simple, straightforward answer, I always find impressive about any team who's able to do this.
Oh, hang on.
Thompson, they're going to try and blow him up as quick as possible. The initiation, the terrorize is going to be too late. It hits Mars and it hits the PA. They're still going to go, oh, 3-man stop, and it's in there. They've already taken out the support. The BKB is going to be popped by 9. Turns around, God's Rebuke, looking for an opportunity here with the BKB wearing out to hit his spirit. He does. He managed to get Soxa with the Broodmother behind him. They should be able to gobble him up. Soxa, he turns around. He's living with just a sliver of HP, and he dies, but it doesn't matter. He executed all of his spells onto the Broodmother, so Brood dies. 33's out for 60 seconds, and Tundra locked inside of their base now against OG, even though it's 3-on-3. Anna is still the big bad Phantom Lancer knocking at their door that they are afraid to answer.
The Shard also paying huge dividends. He's getting so many illusions off at the start of the fight just with 1 lance. Was also doing bonus damage and just like you have an army at all times.
Doppelgangering forward, finding Fada. 9 still hiding in the trees here, but they can't do anything unless... Oh, okay, spear thrown out, but a tier 3 is already dead, and now 9 is in some trouble here. He's going to try and walk his way out of this one. Curse Crown is going to make this a lot harder for him, especially with all those illusions. He's going to try and scoot on through, but instead they go for Snake King. Anna's just going to keep on going for the supports. Whenever they show themselves outside of the fountain, uh-oh, Kyle. It's a Phantom Lancer, and it's OG. I feel like there's some fountain farming coming soon.
Yeah, this is just, it's insane. The game's just suddenly out of control. And OG just straight up dominating. There's no way you see that dive coming if you're Fada. They go straight behind tier 2 mid. They had vision of them with the ward. You can actually just see it pinged off there. And that starts the whole fight. They get 1 kill and then they just continue for more. It's 5-on-4. Why not keep going? They lost Thompson, but I mean, again, Seb is just always seems to be the unsung hero of his squad. He's 0-0-15, and not just the way he's played, but the itemization. First, it's open there.
That was insane, especially since Thompson was already dead, but they recognize, okay, Anna is now the real damage dealer.
Yep.
And we've got a great initiation here, an opportunity to be able to catch him. Tundra finally back up as 5. They're going to go for a 4-man smoke. See if they can catch the backline. Solbai does manage to latch in. Thompson, though, already gone magic immune. And Seb going to be saved by Soxa with the disruption. Once again, the initiation, it's all gone away. Tundra, they thought they had an opening, and it's completely out. Anna's demolishing the backline here, sneaking to the die so fast. He turns back, finishes up the Mars. Nice and easy. No Tail hasn't even used his Terrorize until just now to be able to control up the Broodmother for a little bit longer. And Tundra, yeah, you need to get out of the game now. She's running at your throne now.
It's just clinical. And of course, what would an OG game be without that man in the fountain? And of course, a big smile from Thompson. Just a clinical game. It looked a little shaky at the start, and I was like, oh man, this
5 seconds
a little bit of an
remaining.
internet reset on the Tundra side, so hopefully they'll get themselves into the
team's
lobby
turned to
very
ban.
their next draft, because I would imagine that with a little bit of delay they might have a little bit of a drafting penalty, but we'll of course see that when we get into the game. Before the previous game, we said that one of the lanes that we were going to look at for this matchup specifically was the 9 versus Thompson matchup, because that is the lane where it's okay to not win it, but it's not okay to lose it, right?
To be fair to 9, that was a pretty sick play from Thompson. You see the level 5 Pango, and Thompson has this like peace of mind to hit the 5 HP creep when he's at 100 HP just to get his ult off, and then he knew that the God's Rebuke would kill him, so he waited for 9 to use that God's Rebuke. That's just like, damn, I just got owned.
Yeah, it is one of those moves that you can't really be mad at yourself for not seeing come.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kudos to Thompson.
Yeah.
That's what I was concerned about, though, right? Is like that's Thompson is that's what he is.
Yeah, that's why you gotta have a hero that is okay with getting outplayed every once in a while. Maybe take a little bit of pressure off.
A little more
that,
maybe.
Yeah, off of that Mars to be able to set the tempo. They don't have a drafting penalty, by the way, so we're gonna see what we got. We got a Batten in the first.
So you're not a huge fan of a Batten?
A lot of the analysts backstage, we are not happy with what teams are doing with this.
Wow, you know what you could do with it?
What can you do?
0-minute tower, Brian.
0-minute tower?
Oh, they're not. No.
If we see a Snapfire, second pick.
I mean, Snapfire has been like, it's a legit pick. Snapfire.
You have to pick Snap to do it.
Yeah,
so like that is those are a Batten and Snap are 100% required. I would love to see it, because then I would love to see, Tundra has to know. They have to read red.
Oh my goodness.
They're not going to do AA Brood again, are they?
No.
I mean,
if
they pick Brood, they're gonna pick like Troll or some lane like Gyro, and they're just gonna.
Like, there's no way you open AA Brood again.
No.
How many subs are you gonna give?
I will give a sub to Kyle.
Sub to Kyle.
If they pick Brood right here.
That's
5 subs to Kyle. Okay, 5 gifted community subs. That would require you to stream, though, because it gives them to your random viewers.
Well, he probably wants you to pay for the subs that he lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They're taking their time, though, so this is something that normally you can.
Don't do it, Tundra.
What? What's
sub to you? His sub to you.
Your sub to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle's unsubing to me. Very sad.
He's got to pay for those subs somehow.
That's fair. We got to center this time around.
I mean, this is much better. I mean, I'd say a lot better. A lot better than what we saw.
Well, this helps you jump the back
opening.
Yeah.
Helps you jump multiple targets at the same time. Centaur obviously broken, but like last game we saw the AA, and you want to jump the back lines. Abaddon's kind of the same idea. So this is just so weird to me, man.
You think most teams should not be able to get away with opening Abaddon PL?
I don't think most teams should be able to get away with picking PL other than like 9th, 10th.
Yeah, you look at this and you feel Tundra, they've got so much to work with in terms of what they know OG's doing here.
It's like, would OG have won with PL if Thompson doesn't make the plays he does, and they don't make the perfect kills to like kill that Brood and like shut down her momentum early, right? This is like an OG special where they have the superior late game option and they stall you out long enough to eventually run you over.
And I feel like if you're Tundra, you got to consider the heroes that OG banned last game before they picked the PL in the second
phase.
They banned
right?
It was Storm, Lesh, and Tiny.
Yes.
So which one are you sort of maybe wanting to go for here?
Tundra also banned Ember themselves, which kind of, I think, screwed them a little bit too.
So you want either the Spirits or Tiny or Lesh? You prefer the Spirits over
the way I look at the PL matchups are that if a hero walks in my lane at 6 minutes, what do I do about it? And if it's like one of the Spirits, you just get dove. If it's Lesh, he literally walks at you and you can't do anything about it. So these are it's just like last game, when you see a Mars come to your lane, you don't even have to leave necessarily, because he's going to try to arena you and you just doppel. So that's why when we say it's like, it's okay, but it doesn't really deal with the PL. There's nothing you can do about it 8 minutes into the game. Abaddon's going to be like level 4. PL can't defend himself that early. He's only got like 700, 800 HP.
Well, let's see which of the ones OG feels is the biggest threat? So you say Storm,
Storm to
Ember,
me.
or Tiny. One of those is going to get banned out here.
I would
Almost certainly
love
by
to see a
OG.
Storm ban right now. Either Storm ban or picked. I don't know. So, okay, Tundra has the first pick. Okay, you have to ban Storm. It's unplayable pretty much. I tried it because there's a really perfect PL game other than Storm, and the Storm player at EU, like, man, in NA, they're going to farm until they get that Orchid. That guy ran at me for the first 5 minutes, like from 5 to 10 minutes, I had a Storm in my face. I was like, dude, this is unplayable, man. Screw this.
That's why it's good. And that's why it's banned.
Yep, get it out of there. And Abaddon doesn't do anything to Storm, right? So the reason why they also banned Anti-Mage is it's a decent carry-to-carry matchup against PL, and Abaddon is also very hard countered by Anti-Mage, so they have to get rid of that. It makes sense. All the other carry matchups are away.
And in order for OG to go for a minute 0 tower, it needs to be Snapfire and another hero that has summon, right?
I don't think
PL has Doppel. We got this.
Oh, you got it?
Doppel in it.
Yeah, Doppel. Tank it.
I don't know. I don't think it was.
That's 8 seconds of tanking, man. That PL. That,
I mean, OG.
I'd still be happy to, I think Snap's very likely. You know, Snap's still.
There's multiple players on the team that play Nature's Prophet. They can easily do that.
On the team that plays Snap.
That's true too.
Nature's Prophet lanes very well against AA.
That's true. Did Prophet just get nerfed of existence? I feel like we never.
We see it a lot in Southeast Asia. We got not Southeast, sorry, South America. We just got a report from Moxie earlier.
We haven't seen it at all. We're not.
But this region is like dead.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they nerfed a lot of his early game. He's actually stronger later. The trees do more damage, and since you get the greater treants, like they do way more damage because it's like 2.5 times the amount of damage. But early game, the treants hit for like 18 instead of 23. It adds up a lot when it comes to CSing. Troll.
Pretty nice against PL, or you
It's
don't?
not nice.
You don't like it against PL? I mean, you get Maelstrom, you got the axis spinning around.
It is a matchup that for 20 minutes feels great, and once PL gets diffusable one item, you can't kill him anymore, and he just lances you, and you run out of mana because you have one end growth.
I mean, that's true. Your mana pool is so abysmal. Yeah, a few hits and it's gone.
It's a matchup that in theory seems nice. You have to win the game, meaning like you have to take over the entire map by 20 minutes. Otherwise, it's not a good match.
I feel like I guess Center and A would still maybe blow you up, but I feel like when you're playing against OG, you know, and you're picking Troll, one of the threats could always be the Thompson Pugna as well. It's one of those heroes that really
I want to see Peel. So you said Pugna. I'm okay with something like that. The problem is Decrep's not amazing against the AA Blast, but like,
that's who's playing this? Because OG, it could be any of them. But you think it'll be Saxa?
Probably Saxa.
I mean, for definitely the role that we're seeing it in the most. So
why have we not seen Hoodwig before, and what makes her good now?
The Bushwhack nerfs were really max level. It used to clear the range creep, so when you used your QW combo, you'd get pretty much all the creeps. But now you like farm creep waves, but you don't actually get the farm half the time. Which on any support, it's like, okay, I got all this XP, but I got no gold from it. Just feels pretty underwhelming.
All right, so we're getting that Enigma. Now, this was something that OG did respect, because last game, they banned this away from Tundra.
Dude, they're screwed. I'm sorry. This is the perfect Batrider game, dude. What are you supposed to pick? Abaddon's already picked. You're not gonna pick like Oracle mid. You know,
Legion Commander mid.
Yeah, they might just ban Legion mid. You might actually just ban that. They need to ban like Omni and Legion mid. Yeah, like if you just ban those heroes, they have no way to deal with that. They could also opt to ban mobile heroes that catch the bat. Something like Ember, Queen of Pain.
This is a set bat.
Yeah. Against Troll, until he has to go Ags. He actually has to go Ags now. Otherwise, the only way to play Troll into bat is with a Dispel built into your team. You know, you have one of those save supports. But the sticky Napalm, the way to deal with Troll is the item. We talked about with the PL, and they've also got the sticky Napalm at this point. And so they actually banned Kunkka, a hero I always forget about, but it's been significantly buffed recently.
Yeah, great.
Very good against both Bat and PL because of the X catching them both. They're very both movement-based heroes, and X quite good against those types of cores.
Is there a chance that Hootwink is for Thompson? Because that's a hero we otherwise are still looking for, right?
I don't think the hero is good enough to be played mid. No, with the nerfs, I think it's got to be Saxa.
Dude, they picked no stuns on Tundra. Just Thompson, go nuts, man. Whatever you want, man.
He's been apparently spamming Willow in his pubs mid.
You know what? Do it, man.
Do it.
Do it. Ricky. It's actually a really nice Ricky game.
Last game, we did have to ban out Invoker and Ricky.
They lost banned Ricky last game.
Oh, they banned it last? I thought you meant this game. I was like,
no, last game.
It's a nice Ricky game.
Well, the more reason to ban it.
Yeah. It's nice against the support.
I mean, what did Tundra get here for 9?
He's been doing really well. on the puck as banned, of course. He's been playing quite a bit of Earth Spirit mid sometimes.
How is PL having a good game again when they
Radiant team
pick
ban.
second? I'm annoyed.
Death Prophet is the last ban coming out from OG, so let's see if Tundra still ban out the Ricky again against top 7, just in case.
To be clear to the viewers at home, 2 matches ago, PL was very bad against Enigma. Because eventually you'd have to Phantom Rush in to do any relevant amount of damage, and then the Enigma would just black hole you and all your illusions, and you die for 0. Now, just never go in. You just literally never go in. If you catch the Enigma with 1 lance, his blink gets canceled for like the entire fight, and sometimes he'll just die. That lance illusion does a lot of damage. So the matchup is just not good anymore for Enigma. So you have like this be-all end-all team fight black hole, but who are you?
Team's turn to
Like,
pick.
You gotta try.
yeah, it's just another guy that jumps the back. That's all you need.
I think that's what Tundra were probably after with their last pick.
Yeah.
I think they would have really liked to get 9 the Void Spirit. So, yeah, just taking that away from them as well there with that finisher here from OG.
So what lanes well against Void Spirit?
10 seconds
still in the
left.
pool.
You can't
Decided?
stuff like Monkey King because it just gets destroyed by Bat. You
5
have to pick a
seconds
mobile
remaining.
hero of your own. I say Quap, but Owen knows why I'm hesitant here. Something like that.
I think viewers know why you're hesitant here.
Lane dominator that can catch the
What
bat.
nerfs?
As of
Yeah.
now, Fire Flying Bat is unkillable. Like, he's just gonna run around doing what he wants, and you have to punish that. You
How
have
do
to
you
be able to
catch
catch. You have to be able to with this last pick. If this last pick does not catch Bat, they might as well just GG to Seb right now.
There are no spirits left in the pool. The Earth Spirit also, of course, banned out
What does
early
9
on.
play that's got good catch? I mean, so many have been banned out. All the sort of answers.
Makes you realize it's even better when you see like the Storm ban second round and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, because that's a situation where you don't have 3 bans. You know, you only have 2 bans left.
Choose your
Go for the
hero.
Pango. 9 did get a lot of recognition for his Pango play.
It's nice against PL too.
Can jump back lines.
It
Sort of.
can potentially kill Bat with a blink. Yeah, I think it's nice on paper. It gives them the tools they need eventually. But I am so concerned for this troll lane. Maybe it does better since Batrider is such a mediocre laner nowadays. But you have pressure in the Batrider lane, like he's going to be pressuring the troll. Pango's not a strong laner. And then Enigma's like a very passive laner as well. I think OG just let you make space for Ana, and you kind of let them do that. So I think OG's just going to do exactly that.
What do you make of it? Follow up here, buddy.
I mean, I think it's better than the last game for Tundra. I do actually think it's better than the last game.
Okay.
I'm excited to see what Snake King's able to do on the Enigma. As we said, we saw last draft. It was something that OG banned out. They're obviously they feel that it is good in the hands of Snake King. And they've got a good team fight. They are going to be able to turn up Pango, AA, Enigma to follow. A lot of heroes on OG's lineup that want to be in the front, you know, jumping in. A good black hole could deal with that. I think it's better. You know, I'll go with Tundra on this one. I think, you know, sure,
like it.
on paper it might not look like they've answered the PL, but I've got to believe that they know what they're doing. They feel that they've got the team fight and the ability to blow up the game. So I'm
That's
gonna
a
go with
level
Tundra.
27 bat though for Seb. I'm sure he also knows what he's doing. And if BSJ says that's a free bat game, I think that Tundra has got some something to worry about. We're gonna find out how this game 2 is gonna play itself out though. We're heading over to Cap and Kyle for game 2.
Yeah, I think it's very bold of one to say that Tundra, they've got to know what they're doing, because I feel like that is in some ways the way we opened up our cast of game 1, Kyle. I said this mother, they opted for a plan. They obviously have scrimmed out with it. They figured out what heroes they needed to be banned, and it still wasn't a game-winning hero for them. And they've won the lane. They've like gotten that early tower, but it didn't win the game for them.
No, it did not. And it's a more stable draft for sure. I think it's a lot easier to execute.
That's what I'm talking about.
Previous game was talking with Fog backstage. He's like, yeah, like who does anything? You have 2 supports, Grimstroke AA. Your offlaner's a Brood. I guess I'm not getting some flame on socials, but I don't know what he's supposed to do. He's the only person that can actually kill enemies. In this game, you have a couple more tools. Thank God for the Centaur, one of the best heroes for sure in the patch. I believe first time we've seen Hoodwink in the upper division DPC EU.
Yeah, I believe so as well. For EU, for sure. I think across the upper division, maybe there has
Been picked in South America. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll see. We'll see how it plays. I think
This
BSJ
ain't
was
no
on with that. It's all about the
snowball
Batrider. Can you deal with it as Tundra? Once again, on the PL. Something that really only OG has felt this comfortable picking up. But curious though, Seb will be playing safe lane. So against the Enigma. And they'll be moving the Centaur 3-3 to the bottom. Because keep in mind, this is a 4-position Enigma, so this isn't a core.
Yeah.
So how will they play it is the question. I think this actually makes the most sense. If they're going to bring their Troll AA top and have Enigma sort of play here as like a pseudo support until eventually rotating into the jungle. But I love what OG have done. They've warded up the high ground, so they'll have an eye on this top Radiant jungle.
Do you think that as they're going to see this triangle move, do you think they are going to keep musical lanes going? Because obviously Tundra's responding. They're going, okay, we don't want the Centaur against Batrider. Troll can actually kind of deal with him in lane.
Yeah.
We're going to rotate. Do you think OG's going to keep it up? To keep the music going?
Oh, man. Sorry, I got distracted. We can't see the chat right now, but Seb is approaching North American levels of salt. The pausing starting to get him a little anxious. It's kind of ironic because I feel like OG thrive on the abuse of psychological warfare. So
I mean,
if you're watching,
it was something that gave them a lot of fuel going into DI8 and hell. I feel like a lot of OG haters, a lot of OG doubters, every single time they said OG was a fluke, I feel like that just made OG better for DI9. I think if anything, if you are a fan, for some reason you really want a team to fail, you know, I won't judge you for it. If you feel that way, for OG specifically, you should just say anything.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm just impressed, honestly. Like, looking to 1TI was impressive. The fact that they were able to do it twice in a row blows my mind.
Yeah, back as well. It's almost a better.
It's like one time I flipped a coin, 7 times in a row, came up heads. He did that 15 times. Crazy. Anyway, you're correct in that definitely want the troll top. He starts the stick, so it's to be expected. And this is just a full-on jungle Enigma. You don't see this very often.
Yeah, jungling is kind of the hot new thing that people are toying around with. Obviously, the most notorious one that we saw season was, of course, Virtus Pro and their Huskar 4 position. But I have seen a lot of people toying around with jungling, and feels like it's kind of making its way back. Hey, you know, if you're an Enigma, especially, you're one of the more acceptable heroes because you can just kind of like every once in a while duck down, kill a lane creep, use those Eidolons to farm the jungle, and that'll keep the Centaur close to his safe lane tower, so the lane is very short, therefore he's able to play it a lot better.
Yep, it's cool built. It appears double Sage's Mask with the Blightstone to start. I probably should watch the actual game. I end up staring at the jungler for the first 5 minutes, just picking over his rotation. The top lane is really the one to watch. Hoodwink Bat is an AA troll. Good job by Motel scooping up the courier.
Yeah, and 33 kind of needs that because he's going to need more regen. No doubt.
Bottom lane is pretty much a wash. I think the Centaur should be just fine, but Ana should free farm. Can't really pressure PL with a bad nearby, just putting shield on him.
Man, any stun or slow is so annoying with 80 Apparition. It used to be that a stun or slow was never enough to make the feat actually proc, and then they just kept buffing it and buffing it, bigger and bigger. And now it feels like any stun or any slow will actually make Cold Feet does, in fact, finish up and root you to the ground. And we're seeing that now with just the troll slow. It's working against the Batrider.
Yeah. It's one of those things, we saw it in the VP Navi series. That was actually how VP dominated Brood Mother of Ramses. Just literally spam spells with the AA troll. Couldn't lane. Mid. Pretty even. I'd say Thompson should be fine if he's able to do runes. Certainly a map you know as well. He's just played the Pangolier.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Kyle, you're always somebody philosophies about drafting and such. Do you feel like just straight up taking a core duo from the enemy team and playing it the next game, do you feel like that's a good idea or a bad idea? Is what I'm going to guess.
It really depends on the status of the meta and whether or not it's like a pride thing or if you just think it's strong in general.
Okay.
So.
So in this case, is Pango Centaur, do you think that's strong enough to warrant, like, okay, we're just going to straight up take that from OG?
The
and try it out for ourselves?
Pangolier is the only real question mark, but the panel was discussing it. Like, there really wasn't much left for 9 in his hero pool.
Yeah.
And for what they needed in the game, this does seem like the best fit, and it's got to be fresh too. It's like, okay, you just played this. They obviously have faith in it. I can play it. I know this is something I like, and
I win the mid matchup,
exactly.
Which is what it's currently doing against Thompson's Void Spirit. It's it may not be the best answer to Batrider that the panel was looking for, but it is an incredibly good answer to the panel answer.
Yeah.
Right?
And it is nice in the sense that you can always fight mid-game. OG's up is very single target focused at the moment, whereas Tundra, your team fight's actually just absurd. And top lane, they're doing quite well, man. I'm telling you, hey, we're gonna see more of it if we continue to dominate lane so hard. I did not expect bad versus troll should in theory be bad. Now his lane phase was nerfed, and obviously troll's buffed, but still, this is pretty dominant coming out from Skeeter.
Yeah, the European servers were having yesterday, so while I was waiting, I did watch a BSJ game. I did indeed play Ancient Apparition.
He didn't want us to tell anybody, but a big part of why BSJ is continuing to grind up the MMR is because he's just supporting, in his own words, his superior European players.
That's true.
A lot of spam healing, but with the right calls, it can.
There's our first slow. Soxa looks like he got found
There you go.
somewhere in the trees over here, and the Troll Ancient Apparition duo once again find kill. You're saying he just like cranks up the European anthem and
Yeah.
a bit of commanding his teammates like he normally does. He bows to their will.
Can't be a leader all the time. It gets exhausting. Honestly, absolutely crushing. I did not realize how many knocks he had.
24 denies. Yeah,
It's a 2-on-1, but he's being level with the Centaur's XP because of that deny.
Yeah. Rolling up.
Just 6 again.
Simulate.
Thompson, are you kidding me?
Well, okay, he's just gonna be able to jump away.
2 in a row.
Died this time?
A creep in the mid.
Really? He was supposed to for the experience for that.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
He's gonna go in. Clear these creeps. No.
Well, they do scout out a ward because of that.
It's a cool move from taking the catapult wave. You might look to pressure mid here.
I guess Radiant.
Try and force
fortified
Thompson
their
to
structures.
use a couple of his mobility. Didn't expect it to be stunned up as he comes out of the dissimulate. Looks like he just timed it slightly wrong there. Chase no tail here. They slow him again, and he just barely gets to the range here. No, I'm in deep right now, and he doesn't actually have shield crash. He's using the proc to be able to keep Thompson at bay. He's going to be fed a healing salve to be able to stay alive here a bit longer. Bit of a back and forth off the siege wagon. Let's stay alive. They're going to continue this pressure. Another simulate, another jump away. Thompson, he'll be fine. Everyone's now to try and deal with the catapult push.
I think that was the Sal from Soxa, if I'm not mistaken. Talk about supporting your mid player. Thompson also knowing his limits. Really spooky. Almost ties to the cold feet coming out of dissipated. Well done. No telling. No tail's running back to mid 30 HP. Absolutely 0 mana. Did everything in his power to keep his Void Spirit on map and in game. Now grabbing an Arcane Ring. That is the dream for Thompson.
So while Anna has done a very good job with all these tonight, Centaur is the lowest core in the game. Enigma is 2600 right there between the Batrider and
has a minus.
Okay. What do you think that says about this game?
I think it's more about what Ana thinks about the game. It's a very dead because in the previous game, it was all about the timing, the hood and the diffusal. And he'll just probably all get away.
It's a regen right there. 9. He does correctly. Went to the side and uses his Rolling Thunder perfectly to be ensuring the power.
Okay, so previous game, Fusel, timing, the hood, there was a Sanjin Yasha into the shard, and then it was like, okay, Ana's just killing everything. But this is Troll, so the Battle Fury at some point kind of comes online and it really starts to do your illusions. And I think this kind of guarantees a hyper late game PL where all of a sudden the illusions just straight up don't die.
Okay.
If you consider it's a troll and a Pangolier and Centaur, plus then the black hole potentials, like you're really never fighting Tundra in the mid. It's not possible. So put your win condition way back after like 30 minutes. So if that's the state of the game, then you might as well just buy him this. Also just Ana, like he just does this.
I think experience is a factor. I was looking through his talents. He does have 15 talent, the 16% evasion. The other one would be obviously level 25, where you get the doppelganger pulled back. I could see those being more effective against troll than normal, but
and you also, the other two cores are Bat and Void. They are very much hunter killers. This is really not a game OG are ever going to be trying to fight in a 5-on-5 walk at you battle. Tundra have just such an incredible team lineup that they're going to split map no matter what. I expect Seth, he's got to queued up the bots build probably into a blink doctor. Like they're 100% just split the map.
okay. So
Reminiscent of Liquid TI7, you know, just playing corners, making it annoying for Tundra.
So in order to exploit this, we want to Tundra start taking some towers and actually taking control away from OG to punish them for what is a very farm-heavy build so far.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough though. I mean, Noto's doing a great job just kind of hovering between his two lanes. And
the Toxic is trying to keep these towers alive. The Ice Blast, they need a little bit more damage. Is he going to take out? I think he might. It's going to be a little bit close. They're getting this CP to be able to run away. The shot from long distance knifes out Snake King. He slowed down to the point where he will die to Zeb.
Nice moves. It's a Tundra's. It was the first game. They get a little over with these power dives. Again, it's on Sox on the 4 position. I feel like there's a pattern here. He's constantly defending. Then his team just rotates over, and everyone gets away.
So look at No-Tail. He's trying to pull this creep wave out of the way so that the siege wagon will die. He really wants to keep this mid tower alive. Fortunately, there's Sox that is able to cover his back, but the tower still falls. Don't actually claim the last hit on it, though. No-Tail. Ice Blast, it lands on him, but he's got to shield to protect him from the damage. After the facts, he's good.
I mean, it's the Ana show. It's going to be the end of the game. Already 1,400 gold ahead of the pack. Shreds, Midas, Diffusal will be the item choice. And I was talking again backstage. Apparently, it is all the rate in China now to just buy Diffusal first item. PL, Ursas, even Trolls at times.
Gonna be pulled back in here. Didn't actually get the grab there from the squirrel, but Thompson, he's gonna find himself, even as he kills the enemy mid laner, is traded out thanks to the fact that the troll is right there. The bushwhack not connecting there earlier. That was the ability name.
Gotta be careful up top here. You get too many bombs. No-Tail is on the way.
It's kind of doing exactly what you wanted, Kyle. They are taking towers early, mid, now top.
Left behind.
Gotta be careful here.
Firefly's gonna run out. OG, they're not gonna go for this anymore. Look at that. Arcane Rune gonna be saved by Fada 4-9. In fact, he smokes up 9.
If they have wards to place.
I guess so.
Where do you go? Are they really gonna try to set up on Ana? That's really their only play. They have they've got a lot of spells that can blow. Yeah, Enigma's gonna TP you're gonna need to pull a lot of CDs.
But you can just walk out and catch him with the black hole right away. He actually cuts a tree. They've actually spotted something here. Anna. Black hole gonna be faked out for a second. Snake King catches it now after the fact, and now it's still to be stopped here, and he's managed to get into the crease. Kinger up in 1 second, but he's rolled over quite literally by 9. The shot there is going to be going out, finish up, but they're going to be chased down here. Fortunately for Zeb, he doesn't get slowed down there. I the swashbuckle now in 9. He's a little bit too deep. This is looking like struggle over again. Is Thompson finished him off. 33. The Centaur could be sent for last here. Thinking is being added up onto him. They know there's no black holes. Eventually, they can't go for the kill with no rebuttal from Tundra.
Really well played. OG just on the outskirts. I think they're gonna get tanking too.
Looks like it. Black's gonna come in, and Saksa is gonna die here. They might be able to get 2. Nah, Fada. They've already used that stuff. Seb doesn't want to push it much further. It was still a big victory for OG, that bottom lane. Wow.
They lose on it, but he's still so far out of the game, and so many spells are forced to be used on the PL. They set it up, but to your point, if Snaking maybe can use engagement under the tier 1 instead of allowing so much space to be like, look how much distance Ana gets, look how far away his team is. See a couple of teleports coming in. Sox is there for the immediate influence, but that's only because he's so far forwards. And I guess in one hand though, Tundra, did they really have to pursue the Black Hole, Stampede, Pangolin roll up, and now you're pushing forwards. You've lost Fata, that was their hard support for a carry. Now they think that they're a lot stronger than they are. And OG with the spell spam just through. Clean.
Seems like one of those situations where you're kind of baited by your own power rune. You're like, I've got Arcane Rune, we can keep fighting, I'm really strong, and all of a sudden goes too far. Thompson catches him, and his nukes are more than enough to threaten the Pango.
Yeah.
But actually, that'll continue to be the case. He can get level 15 and exit at midnight, which is what he's currently building for. 33 spot set here. It's being chased out of the jungle. This really is.
His positioning. He's just playing like fast. It's near impossible. Not able to, you know, stampede forward, maybe land a stun into a shield, remove that disable, and step 100% with moving at just no five, like 420 moves.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Blazing indeed. Maybe we'll see them smoke up a bit.
Bottom tower.
Yeah, good.
Yule's build, of course, Foxa, as he's just been kind of hanging out. We haven't seen, like, he got that pack to be able to stop the black hole, which kind of helped, and he's hit 2 shooters so far. But other than that, it feels like he has just been kind of an moving presence in the side lanes. That has been his job.
And Troll has Battle Fury at the same time as on the PL getting defusal. This time, Midas as well. And Seb, back away.
Just enough juke able to get his dagger up there, and Teven thinks about getting a little bit more information. Tundra are on space. As we saw, 20 seconds faster than the patch average, and that, of course, is with a Midas. So,
okay, ahead of the Troll. I like to move the 100. You've got to apply some. You know, you want fights. That whole draft is with you're engineered to take fights now. You know, you have no interest in really do so. Just
gonna go for a body here. Gonna push you out. Gonna
Radiant structures are fortified.
And pounces.
That there and Roche might look to contest now.
Yeah, they're gonna get up into the triangle here. They can potentially catch another support somewhere out here. They definitely know they're inside shot at 33. Clearly protecting it. They're looking for Snaking right now. Snaking does manage to get a little bit of distance. Line is being pursued out here as well. He just have a swashbuckle. They're going to bounce back. Snake King put him in an awkward position. Tries to go over the team way, but of course the lasso is there to stop him.
So you can rogue, but you lose 2. But more than that, it's the map control. By the time you're able to actually start using Aegis, you're going to only have 3 minutes or so, even 2. Just because of the way these lanes are going to get pressured. But look at towers. Tundra, you still have your tier 1 up. So not too much OG is going to be able to do. No lasso on step. But this isn't going anywhere. He's just being annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
boxing them in.
He's constantly trying to force them out of air. It's really interesting.
Do a cool study on this game though, because you'll watch OG play this map. Ana is always mirroring. He was looking to connect in that last fight, but when he realized nothing was doing, he just stole jungle and then went up top. So the rest of the team, and they chase after him. He's already gonna have the lane shoved. Probably be a little safe now. They actually have a ward that's gonna see this movement. Snaking is gonna run straight through it.
Yeah.
Have one on Ana too. So.
Yeah, he's got to go back up. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh, getting into them here, but nobody is here actually to back up 9.
It's just map pressure. Bottom lane shoved into the tier 2. Seb just cut the mid wave. Ana.
A lot of item pickups now.
It's not even my
Skeeter. Maybe defend it out a little bit. They gotta be a bit scared of the Enigma. Yule was complete for Saksa. Blink dagger for Deb.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
He's gonna go disc after that. So Saksa really trying to build any sort of damage. Again,
Radiant's
like it's just entirely about kind of being annoying. Doesn't even go the bushwhack cooldown. No survivability here. Nice combo. 33 catches a big kill on top. And other side of the map, Snake's going to turn around. He does have black hole. He's going to go for it here. Skeeter will certainly have the damage to wipe him out. An extra beat. He may catch up to more. No tail immediately since on a ranged hit. They do lose ball in the meantime though, and it does opening here. His father is always going to have to be careful with that. Ancient apparition is easy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's really why OG just felt comfortable picking this even as early as they did. They see the AA once again. There's nothing you can do to Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
Both feet dispelled by the doppel, but importantly, the elusive kill. Diffusal are dead. But I like that decision from Tundra. Commit the ults. You have to kill the bat. If he lives there and OG the lasso is almost certainly going to find a kill on you first. So just blow the spells. But man, Hana's net advantage continues to grow. 2,000 recently, now 3.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his net worth, Hunter would actually be pretty far ahead. Look at all their other cores; they're super far up. Can they get Socks away to the trees? But no, Yule Scepter first got pushback, but he comes down. He actually goes to the trees, bushwhack 2, and TP. They try and catch him out with the courier, sneaky. Of course, he's long gone.
So close to Ags.
Is under attack.
He is trying to buy the tome too. He wants the resonance damage, I imagine. Love the 2 charges along with the AoE silence. So Snaking's gonna have to be cautious. Needs the BKB before he's really able to recast his ultimate.
Him go again. Go around. Really easy kill. Not like that. He saw that bushwhack coming, and he cut down the tree before he could be stopped. Who was that? Was that 33 or Skeeter? Either one. I think both of them, yeah, I don't know. Cut down the tree, but they always catch something on the side. With a sharpshooter shot, takes 9 out from half health. 9, I gotta find to be able to either never get caught by the spirit +1 or tank up some more, because really easy kill. Toxic just waiting up here, bushwhack him back. Pull him in. It's very tanky. He'll survive for a while here. Tries to go for T. Of course, there's still the Yule from Soxa, and that'll also be a bit. So 33 is very dead.
It just feels so hard. Like, even though it feels like they have the ability to take fights and it's to go. It's like they immediately retreat back to the sanctuary of their towns, because the lane bottom is always pushing on and just running in.
Catch them all. Immediately, 2-man stun into the ice blast as well. Have the burst. That might speed up. Should take out here. The fake. And he goes down. Thompson, he falls. Skeeter battling it right now. But holy crap, that was a lot of damage. Sharpshooter, and immediately his ultimate wears out from there. And patch 9 as well. Again, it looks like for a second there, Tundra may have found an opening, but OG are always out team fight. It doesn't matter game 1 or game 2. It doesn't matter what heroes. OG always seems to have the trump card when it comes to these fights.
Oh, for sure. Well, that time they keep track of the cooldowns. There was no trouble ultimate. 3 seconds to spare. Enigma, no ultimate. You can't fight anymore. And no, Tundra, the PL is just straight out of control. They do not have real answers for him. And OG are just not meant to be the ones initiating. Just pain, man.
Ice blast. Just kind of poking.
Radiant structures have
really that close. Snaking on the side here, ready to go with the black hole. Finally, some other temp members are going to be approaching soon as they start getting close. OG turn back up. So,
I mean, so credit to No-Tell, he's played a really smooth game. You know, pretty unnoticed because he's in position of batting.
Yeah.
No deaths, now carrying the gem. But the way he's positioned on the map, he's constantly safeguarding his cores and typically being the one playing with the hero taking the hard farm, ensuring that someone on his team can pressure the map where it is unsafe. It's just bought so much area for Ana to exploit. Now they're looking to push forwards. Fada's got to be so careful. If he gets jumped by anything, he's just dead.
Yeah, they need that ice blast damage, right? Kind of put them over the top, counter the event, some events as well. So smoke is not going to connect here. It's going to have the space to start hitting this tier. They're going to know something's up. Ice Blast. Kind of where Feb's heading off to, but Tundra not have heroes in time.
Just so annoying. The Bat Rider playing one corner, up in the other. And the gold advantage isn't totally out of control, but if you look at the XP, Anna's clicking on level 20. Skeeter is its... Yeah, coin.
Jumping forward, man. Oxa here. It's gonna blow. At least the Rolling Thunder and no tail as well. Actually, no tail. It's gonna bounce back and catch him a second time. They're gonna leave him to die. The gem will be going to Tundra. So that's a pretty important pick. They might be able to find a little bit more here. There's a courier coming in. Maybe they can get some wards as well.
They just de-warded a whole bunch of the area too. AAS really actually able to the backgrounds. I hope that the wards that were placed, he's not now on high ground and that cool left ward middle.
Yeah, they're a little bit deeper than maybe they're expected to look for. They're gonna smoke up Pete, see if they can get Thompson. He's gonna be caught. Malphus is just a second stun that 33 to be able to get in there and hit the stop.
Really well played.
You know, she's still positioning. You're saying like, what? I noticed that on OG, they always position. It's like, oh, they got a pick off, or they got, you know, maybe they want to fight or something. But if they get sloppy in positioning, we can still get something here.
Yep. It is very tough to walk away with free kills against OG. Always gonna look somewhere. Very much in the game, but you certainly have a PL problem. Like he got a heart completed in a moment, then it's gonna be the shard, and then things start to get really out of control. Because then all of a sudden, Fada, you can't even be in lance range, and you just title out this super illusion doing 40% bonus damage.
And long fights will start playing against, right? Where he's just constantly throwing lance to lance. You're getting burnt out of all your mana.
Oh, Seb.
Hey, Fada, speak to him. Danny, the right positioning. Well, Seb, backline clearly wasn't the right positioning.
That half the heart now of all the people. So it is go time, and they're exploiting the Tundra draft in a way because they don't really have the most offensive firepower. If you look at the way they've itemized, right? Maelstrom, Ags on Pang, okay, that's not bad, but Centaur, Crimson Guard, Hood, so far, Troll, no BKB, just the Battle Fury. Can't kill the illusions. And at this point, because the Enigma doesn't have BKB either, you don't have that option to just straight up black hole him on top of Midnight Pulse. Even if you were to do so, Lasso with the Aetherland could have plenty of cast range to be able to interrupt it through. But that's like honestly a bit too much. You have people problems. That's the issue. And Seb also is actually just huge when you consider playing this wasn't great. He's equal with Skeeter.
Yeah, just continues to
look at the
find these openings to farm whenever he's pushing.
Radiant's
just
top tower
Tundra, we have the benefit of not having fog. The map is so dark for them, and they're like always hitting tier 2s. So you have to hold hands. You've got to play conservatively. Just so frustrating.
30. Oh my God! Black, how did you know? He's killing them out, and they just crushed OG in a definitive team fight that just might turn this whole game around for them. What the hell was that?
The little tiny sliver of vision in 3 just makes the play. Oh my God! They saw him, right? Yeah, they see them, they ping, and Snaky just all right.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
And then Snaking, and the AA blast. Like that is absurd. That's how they drew it up, I guess.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Watch that one again. That was pretty as a penny right there. Damn.
Middle tower is under attack.
All 3 of the big AoE spells off of 33's first stomp. As you can see, they're going to be open Roshan, so that is a big win for Tundra. They're going to be able to get so they got the drop on the Centaur's backpack, so I'll be interested to see who that goes to.
That's a huge fight because that's BKB. You now have this win, not just cheese, but double BKB. One on the Troll, one soon to be completed on the Enigma, and then you can look for your next fight when spells are back up. That is just huge. The timing suddenly evened up. Took a bold lead.
Regeneration.
Next, David, I thought would go to the Go, but they gave it to Snake King. So now he's got an extra pull rate this.
Okay.
So they're, I mean, that does in some ways make sense when you look at what is the win condition for this game, Kyle. We saw it from the last game, but it's like they need a real black hole.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
I can't work. I mean, I guess typically leads to good things, but that shouldn't happen. You just caught sleeping a little bit in that vision.
Oh, there's one by one into this. He's coming in on the side here. Nine's gonna help out, but he's immediately been last one. Just see if they can get him out of this one in time. Nine surviving. He's got the piece. Actually popped it early, and he's gonna be no tail. He's gonna be next. Perfectly fight for Tundra, as they even though they didn't have like black hole or anything, they just said we're strong enough to be able to take this, and they're right.
He's learned his lesson. Not even. I just want to hit my ice blast. Once he lands it onto Ana, that's all heart regen. That just disappears. He has 70 HPS on this PL. Nothing when affected by Shatter. In addition, he can't really even walk through it. It's like 300 damage a tick, and that's pure.
And they know what the real one is, right?
Yeah.
Another like little side benefit to the ice blast. Doppelganger. Hey, here's a frosty boy right there. Now they're getting Shivas for the Pangos. So before, when we were talking about, okay, there is a bit of a damage problem when you just say like, okay, this troll. But if this Pango does get Shivas, if they keep on landing this ice blast, and now he can start going back again for damage. Oh, just shy. I can't believe that Santa did not get his little squirrely tail caught there. Gator does have Aegis and BKB, so OG got to be very careful on how they approach this fight. Seb, he's running around with the flame breaks, burning away at him constantly, adding up the sticky napalm. Look at how long it's lasting. He's got another one coming in. He's actually going to burn down. He's got to try and stay alive here, and he's going to be deep right up to no tail. Pops his ultimate. The old up Skeeter only having healed for a little bit. Here comes Nine. They've got some reinforcements now, and Skeeter is still going to fight himself with me, especially if they lose. Not black hole going out. They'll catch it. They'll with the eyes over the top. And it's going to be of course OG Sebi getting back in. He goes for the last and sure the Enigma, but the damage is already done. OG have lost the fight.
I think they might have lost the game. Upset. He was trying to make the play. He's the only one that can interrupt the black hole. Really nice blink in from Sneaky. Positions it in between him and the bat. There's no way to cancel it. And as you're in Midnight Pulse, Sana, you get AA blasted. You're 100% dead. Done.
Top tower has
and Tundra, like they just won the game.
Yep. I mean, you can't win that many decisive fights and the game alive, really. Like, maybe they won't have to GG out entirely, but they're certainly going to be losing a lane of bear. They're going to be down a large amount in net worth. So, OG, true OG style, they're not going to call GG or anything, but it is going to be a very tough climb back.
I can't believe it.
As now Tundra has the advantage space and time. Quite literally, as well, I was trying to say that they can just kind of like play back their side of the map, farm up, and then just wait for Black Hole to be back up again.
Yeah, he no longer able to play sides as they were. You see the net worth skyrocketing until those fights. And now that you're in the position where 100 can actually press base and force OG to fight them head on, it's just getting harder and harder. Shard available now. We saw like the shard on bat's actually pretty sick. It's doing some work. The napalm charges and then the
that was insane. Like he just cleared the troll from a distance. So OG very notorious for being group. That's why they were able to make many back today, for example. Looking at the way these fights are going, what do you think OG is identifying and like what needs to change?
In this case, no, just out of position, right? Like he can't be.
Dom going at 33 and does manage to escape this one. He hops onto the high ground. Not sure. I get away from time, but then spotted. They hit him with the ice blast to ski. And apart, no tail. He's going to be up. And now it's just a free for all. Grabbing who? And Zaxa on the run here. Tries to keep you away inside of the tree. No such luck. The on disc you know, he delays the inevitable and will be dying in the forest he loves so much. Even Thompson is being chased here. So they still have Black Hole. Snake King. They telling Thompson he's not going to have anything for free here. Goes down. He's still be 33, and they are going to throw down that Black Hole. They say it's worth it to be able to kill Thompson here. Another dissimulating jump over the side, but the actual step, if he got it off, would only take him so far here. Tundra, they are on the march to the Dire base.
They get the team wipe the hard. And OG, Notorious, they do not GG out, but it is looking grimmer and grimmer by the moment. Tundra just straight at the one.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
This entire game. Since then, they've got Roche. They've taken every single team fight since. Now it's just it's 4 cores, 1.5. Because on a like when they see the PL, they aim everything. He can't survive. He catches any disc ball, the edge blast comes in. To your point, they know exactly which one's real, and he's done for.
So okay, so if OG they have a chance of being able to turn this game around, they gotta make it so it's not the first one in these team fights.
Yep. They need a last, right? They have to somehow find a kill. It's just easier said than done. And if they do last for someone, that means that the Snake King ultimate is uncounterable. There's absolutely nothing to stop it.
Yeah.
They're spooky because, well, if A is still alive, like ulti plus A is enough to do a whole bunch of work.
You say if AA is still alive, that's a little more likely now that he's got an aim on disc on his side.
That's very helpful.
Don't forget off-screen core up on the screen. Sigma as well. He's also going to be going an A on disc. Tundra just itemizing their team fight supports here are just not going to be bursting down. They're not out of position.
And drawn, you know, Sox is up in the tree. Find him. See if Sox's squirrel out.
Well, ain't this cute?
I don't like about this hero. That right there.
What? Casting and farming.
Casting 2 spells and not being able to kill a creep wave. It's not super. So that is a common problem for that hero. You max out both those abilities and you're left 2 creeps out of every creep wave or something, you know? It's just
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
See, Roche is up 3 seconds. That'll be Tundra's next move.
Like
anything.
Radiant's bottom
Get it out here. Someone's gonna defend. Certainly hope so, but Tundra gonna play. They say, oh, you can have the tier 2. We don't really give a crap. There's Roshan up. It's an Aghanim step for free, plus Aegis Chief.
Ags for the troll. Maybe the Centaur.
Down.
Nick. A lot of good ones, actually.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Yeah, they to roll. Okay, he'll have the disc, both offensive and defensive now. Really, you saw how much work the Bat Rider Shard was doing to them. It'll no longer be a factor.
33 just shy. Dota does get caught here. Trying to get away, but immediately going to be Yule sceptered up. They're going to try and poke at him before the illusion through. They're going to roll him. They somehow found Thompson a little bit further below. Fada does die, but they got Thompson. Forgives that entirely.
That you're gonna have to win a fight if you're OG. AA. There's no lasso. The Aeon disc is certainly a problem, but the PL fusions make short work of him.
Sheena's looking to be able to catch somebody here. 9 doesn't catch Seb before.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Watch how Thompson got caught here. It's the team back that Snake King had earlier leads the charge. Help the Thompson is just 1 second away from the TP. That's gotta sting.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, just in time. No, it's time to push. You still have Aegis on Skeeter.
Yeah, and once he doesn't have an Aegis anymore, he can pick up a Satan. He'll still have kind of that extra life. You can kill him with a look. 0 commitment here. It would be super nice, but fortunately. that in any way. He survives, and they're going to back up, farm a little bit more. Get some tier 4 items that are still left.
Right, he's just for the network.
How do you get this man source region lifesteal?
About Vlad's on 9, but he's so farmed. I don't know if we're going to go back for that. 3-3. Back doesn't even have us for boots.
Yes, seriously.
Look at Chase. Look at Seb. You see the line draw to backstab, to pick off.
Yeah, they certainly they have an advantage when they're kind of like poke with the Bat Rider. Start getting some people low, then you can start closing in. Look at it, nice defensive ward out of the spot Bat Rider. He still gets caught though in the process. He again has the Aeon disc. He's gonna get off the ice. StreamBeats gonna go out, trying to get him out of here. Seb, he's gonna stick around for the kill. He's gonna go for it. He goes for, does manage to kill Fada here. The question is TP out. 1 second left to pull that activated, but now everybody's here, stuck, and the gem is given over to Tundra again.
It's the second gem too. That's most unfortunate. Yeah, I was wondering if they passed it to Fada, but no, 3-3's been holding it all game. So, the early gem has been something that's a hallmark of their squad for some time. It's why they love that so much, but without gem, you just don't have the main map they need to. Not a vision advantage, you just simply can't find pickoffs.
See if everybody gets out here. No tip, trying to protect himself. Sucks. Good. 9. You really think you can catch somebody here? Tries to blink in, doesn't immediately hit it. So it's looking a little deep, a little tough right now. They're gonna just deal with the Phantom Lancer illusions and back themselves up. Well, it's a practice pushing it right now with the Bat Rider dead. And them still having the Aegis, but
with no AA, I even trade.
Yeah,
because that time you're really able to kill the just to find out which one's actually real.
Look at that, isn't where he wanted to go. Still finds a way out. 33 are these to stop. We've got a little space here. Al, what do you think of? What do you think? What do you think of Hoodwink?
It looked okay first 20 minutes or so, but sometimes as well, I'm just thinking, man, like a 4 position that deals on disc. You can't live running through trees. It's a pretty just tough game in general. I think the lack of war items is kind of hurting. I mean, I have no idea, honestly. I have never played Hoodwink in my life. I've seen it played as a core quite often. As a 4 position, it's cute. I've also never seen it win as a play. I think my brother's team picked a couple times. That didn't go as well.
Sneaky Thompson forward with the actual step, and now he's been caught. He's both of his ability spells. Aeon disc, he gets run over the flicker. He's really hoping it would blink him the right direction, but he's activated it again.
Top tower is under attack.
There is not enough small little blinks in the world to get away from this.
A buyback. You're at a point you can chill and relax. At some point, you gotta think, hey guys, be strong. We can go push.
Yeah.
Like they have everything they could possibly need on their Enigma, with the exception of maybe a BOTs, which is queued up next.
The smoke here. Maybe trying to cut creep wave is about it. All he can really do here. Anna can deal with any kind of creep wave thanks to the Spirit Lance and the Shard. So they will stall Tundra here. There's no other creeps that are coming in anytime soon. 33 tries to jump in. Just get the break on the troll here, but Sam says probably still found. Rolling Thunder isn't actually quite launching. And this is going to go off the robotic shield, trying to get him into the trees. They spot him though. The stomp is going to land. He back and a little bit of full supports down inside of OG. They're both going to buy back, but Thompson still needs another 20 seconds. They start their initiation on his team. They got to get him out. Save the black hole as best as possible. 10 more seconds till Thompson's back up. OG may chill out for a second here. No Firefly up for a bit. But then again, he's got the point break. Oh, he's been spotted. He's got more on the high ground. He's out. He's splashed on it. But he was able to control. Bushwhack managed to control him up. Foxa, though, he just bought back. Flying. The Hoodwink is going to be back in there in time here. Trying to put out as best as possible. Meanwhile, the Black Hole's being loose on the side to be able to control the Phantom Blender. Got him down half. In the middle, thanks 9 immediately uses She's to make sure he's not going to. But Anna, bit by bit, being worked. 33 now, running into the mix. They do have the finish up. Doppelgangers upside the ground. They get shield up to 33. Will not let it get away. 9 right up as well, and the AoE damage is enough. And it goes down and immediately buyback. You're all in on being able to win this game. They finally managed to finish up, but he didn't. Black Hole anyway. Alchemist will be enough to catch 7. They have to just full out retreat. Another buyback. OG are completely buybacks at this point, and Anna is last hope for him. He's got a doppelganger. He can try and get away to the trees here. No Black Hole and no Ice Blast. And he actually wins this thing. Shark bouncing over 9. He's going to be caught by the last. Pulls back into his doom. That's 1 set. Tundra holding out with Cedar and 33. Anna and Zeb on hot pursuit, just keeping their distance, but keeping the damage going. Cedar using this spell and immediately managed to finish to Thompson. The buyback is going to come in 9 here as he approaches the outpost. He's got the way to look. They're looking now to be able to catch OG, but they're on the retreat. Slow down just a little bit. Find out lucky shot. He's going to jump high, but 9 will pursue. Rolling Thunder's in. Catch the third reach right there as well with Stomp immediately following. Another Rolling Thunder. Another one immediately to follow it. Even after that, Skeeter, they're trying to find the real one. Anna trying to get this while leading Illusion away. That is actually the wrong. They realize the real one's somewhere around here, but he's got the precious doppelganger up. But the Illusion, they just get wiped out all immediately as now. It's going to be time here unless the doppelganger waits to the side. Can Thompson bail him out? 33 gets the double. A little bit more damage. That's it. And for 2 minutes, the Aaron Boji gone. Thompson immediately the GG's called as Thompson. He'll die as well. Skeeter having a great time as they do to bring down OG after what has definitely been a little bit of pre-game tension between these two squads, between the tipping and the all chatting. I think Tundra, they're real happy to get a victory.
become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I'll snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. But what if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? But what if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh, but when the wind blows, will I tumble or sail away? Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. But what if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? And what if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side, by your side. I'm not afraid. We found something that'll never fade. We can be ourselves and figure out the rest along the way. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. I need you by my side. I need you by my side.
Radiant team ban.
Dire team's turn to ban.
Goes first.
I mean, in that
Five
Off of
seconds
him, the
remaining.
clock. That's why clock would be okay. Then lose the lane really hard.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
So they go like Nyx and Clock can kind of defend themselves as opposed to a Spearbreaker. It's like I don't hate Spearbreaker for the game plan. You know, you can buy into that, but I also think if you're gonna see a third pick Slark, let's try to punish it a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's get that Shadow Shaman
10
up.
seconds
I think it
remaining.
would own this lane. Gives you a disable against the Willow too. Matters.
Dire remaining.
Any sort of hex.
Void Spirit. So that means Leshrac support or Tide
Lesh 3.
support? Tide 4? I mean, Fada has played Tide 5 in the previous patch.
Nah, it has
but
to
I
be
would,
for Lesh, I think.
yeah, because I would imagine that
yeah, it's such a
AA.
good game for the Lesh.
Yeah.
Choose your hero.
And a Bloodseeker coming out. Do we like this?
Is it mid Bloodseeker?
Looks like it is. Top some Bloodseeker.
Pause. I'm sure they'll be back.
I like what Tundra's got.
I like Tundra's draft
dude, I
way
think
better,
this
man. I feel like usually when I say that about OG, they just stomp because their draft makes no sense to me, and then they win.
I think this is a hard slot game. I love the pick. You know, it's going to be so 33, and yeah, Snake King's going to show us his Tide. I mean, he's played a lot of Tide, right? He used to be one of his main heroes when he's back on the off lane. We'll see what he can do with it from the 4 position. But it looks like another good game for the AA opening. You know, even heroes like Thompson on the Bloodseeker, he gets caught out by a Ravage Blast and a combo from the Lesh and the Void Spirit. I like it. I think Tundra played well last game, and I think OG again taking some chances here with the third pick Slark. And Slark's not an easy hero, and Tundra, I don't think they're going to be too scared of the Slark this game. I think they're going to blow him up.
Brian, you said that normally when you think that OG is outdrafted, they come up with some miraculous plan and pull it out anyway. What needs to happen for them to have a good game?
Oh, it's just surviving like the first 15 seconds of the fight. And if you get a rupture on a crucial target, Slark gets 10-15 stacks up. Suddenly you disengage and reset.
Yeah.
The ults, like the Tide Ravage and the Infest, these things all matter to their surviving, or like their initial burst, the AA, the whole combo. So Slark will prevail 30 seconds plus fights, so that's what they need to get through.
All right, long fights. Well, I like that. I know our commentators have enough breath for that as well. I know that they are excited for this third game. Let's head over to Cap and Kyle.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to this game, especially since Tundra, a little bit of a repeat formula for them, Kyle. They said, hey, that big team fight, it won us the game too, so let's just get some more team fight.
Yeah, they once again have just such a huge damage advantage. Their AoE is absolutely nuts, and of course will be boosted up by the Ice Vortex. Fada is going to litter all over the battleground. And I do like that they pushed Snake King to the 4 position Tide. Traditionally an offlaner, he's got a lot of experience. And in a way, he's sort of playing the Enigma role, right? He doesn't have to initiate with the Ravage. He's just going to hold it. And that top lane, Lesh Tide, is pretty damn strong, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons that they drafted the Slark, I presume OG thought this was going to be a 3-position Tide Hunter, and they said, what's the best hero to beat that lane? Slark is definitely one of those.
The question is Centaur OP? It's won both games so far this series, one for each side. Once again, it'll be Seb, Bracer first. And yeah, I kind of gotta agree with the panel. Like, you look at the OG lineup, it's a lot of single targets, specifically their 2 cores, right? And Bloodseeker, Slark, they need a lot of time in these fights, whereas Tundra, they just spew damage all over the place. XP based damage, my favorite on this patch.
Why is that? Why do you like experience based?
Games are ending
feel like
faster.
you don't have the time to farm? Is that why?
Pretty much. And I think the games also are moving a lot faster. You know, 25, 30 minutes of Dota, you feel like you've seen everything.
Okay.
Roches occur quicker, and especially Leshrac, it leads to tower pressure, whereas OG, it's basically Centaur with the Vanguard. That's your tower pressure, and
yeah,
you might lose your tier 1s real quick if that's your only method of split pushing. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ana just grab another Midas and play for the super late game. And Diffusal Rush also would make some sense. It's what we've been seeing a lot in China. But first they got to win this top lane. Easier said than done. Expect a Gush level 1. 2 mangoes from Snaking.
Yeah, especially since they already know Ana has the Essence Shift.
Yep.
Leveled up early, so they might be able to get a lot of... Okay, that wasn't quite the time I expected that to be used. All right. Just wait for some hero to be a little out of position, hit the Gush, follow up with the stun, lots of right-click damage, but Snaking is a man on a mission right now, and that mission is to block the easy camp. Courier baiting it a little bit before he backs into the tower. I keep on making this complaint. Very boring. You're playing 4 position. You and the enemy 5 just trade positions. You both body block each other's camps. Like, all right, very fun.
It's tedious, right? It's
yeah.
Like getting ahead or behind the lane is more about like little miscues, or it's not about outplaying the enemy. It's like, ha, you didn't block your camp.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did you do your checklist? Did you do all those things you were supposed to be doing? Did you body block the camp and stack up for your core? And
I'm so over the creep pulling. That's the only mechanic I'm not a huge fan of nowadays. You saw it bottom. You're gonna see it top most likely. There's just nothing you can really do about it in a 2-1-2 meta.
Let's see, No Tail. He's gonna try and punish Snaking as much as possible for blocking the camp, but ultimately there's not much he can do about that. And this is Snaking's happy with this because Lesh against the Slark in lane, if it's just a 1v1, he's gonna be happy, right?
Oh, mid.
Pulling it back in to simulate, dodges the nuke, and gets a little bit more damage onto Thompson. It's that dangerous game you play as a Bloodseeker, right? Just trying to stay in lane, and if you get enough CS, then you'll be healthy again. 9 constantly trying to make him uncomfortable to a point he can't stay in lane any longer, but it looks like Thompson's gonna be good now.
Yeah. 9 did a really cool thing though. He's just messing with the creeps. Yeah, he loses the top water rune, but it was all about the XP because his wave was pushing. So he got all the CS, and then he went to make a play for the rune. But doing quite well middle. No-Tail's also got this habit. I don't know if I've seen this on many other supports, but he brings so much regen to his lane.
Yeah.
It's like 2 salves, 2 mangoes, and he brings more.
Another factor of these side lanes. Did you bring enough regen? Are you ferrying more regen coming in? Well, can we talk about the draft a little bit? Did you think the Slark pick, 3rd pick Slark,
early?
Yeah, it's against Ancient Apparition, which, you know, that matchup can kind of be a little bit awkward. And then it's up against a Tidehunter that turns out it's not a core.
I think the hero matchups are less impactful than the position it was picked in. Oh my, what?
Thompson!
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, getting the outplay in the mid lane. Hopefully we'll be able to get a glimpse into what happened there. And it looks like, oh, Snaking, you missed one of those pulls. You didn't block it every time.
The new OG, they're all focused on Ana, and to pick his hero when you then give Tundra 3 follow-ups, that's a bit awkward to me.
Yeah.
Like, his laning phase is not going very well, only 14-2.
Do you feel like this Bloodseeker last pick isn't such a gotcha pick that it'll kind of rectify the draft?
Not really.
Not really?
It's all right, but I traditionally love playing Lifestealer against Bloodseeker. You just infest if you get ruptured, no big deal. Rage to safety.
Same thing, if somebody else gets ruptured, right? You could just jump inside them, they'll stand still and be tanky as a result.
Another hero that doesn't really love playing against AA either. We'll see how it plays out. I like the double null as well onto the Leshrac. Super value, especially side lane. A little bit extra stat. Increased spell amp. Always value.
No blood for you.
Mid lane, Rupture on a 9. He's in trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have Dissimulate, so he's done. Thompson's going to claim a 2nd kill here. Maybe it's individual performance that'll let this Bloodseeker look really nice. 2 kills up already over 9. Thompson's feeling himself.
He picked Void Spirit into Bloodseeker, right?
Yeah. I'll be honest, I was thinking about the ramifications of this game. I wasn't paying attention to the end of the draft.
Just wild. Like, I did not expect that matchup to be so one-sided. I mean, you know, this is where the Thompson effect. This guy's
33. Good. He's been the one who's been having a pretty good lane right here. But you're gonna try first down, but Anna, you got him. 33 with the fairy fire pump. He's able to stay alive just long enough to get the kill, gets the experience before he dies.
They lost Seb down bottom too. It's like, come on, Thompson's like, guys, what more do you need? I'm free farming here, doing what I can.
Yeah, chill out, guys.
The blade belt.
I've got a rupture up. I can gank soon.
Radiant's middle
Speaking of,
tower
do you think he's gonna
this abuse?
Gold for me.
Would you use this rupture? Do you want to try and pressure 9 more, or do you want to help the side lanes? I always find it one of those interesting philosophies, you know. Do you continue to keep someone out of the game, or do you try and help your allies and make their game better?
I think you deal with the Void Spirit as much as possible. You can't really go for the Life Stealer. If he hits 6 before you get there, that's just a wasted gank. Top lane, sure, you might be able to stop the Lesh, but I'd actually be concerned that 3-3, he hits 6 and then turns it around on you. You need the blade now before you can really get to active 9.
9 rotates over. They do manage to hit the Stomp first. That'll slow down the damage a little bit. No tails here. This makes things really awkward, especially now that Thompson, he throws out the rupture. 9 will manage to get out of the blood right, but 9 is going to be left behind here as Skeeter runs and runs and runs away.
And now OG, they're feeling themselves a little bit. Seb, definitely still a little salty over the pause spam, ensuring he tips offensively. A little bit of alt chat to boot.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one getting tipped last game during those pregame pauses, and he said, do it more. I'm beginning to like it.
Have fortified their structures.
Yeah, you know. Now he's doling it out himself.
Now it's the Vanguard, feeling good. Thompson is just owning this game. If he wasn't crushing mid so hard, this would be a lot more Tundra favored. But as it stands, looking okay, and he's running top. They're gonna have to back off here. They see him on the board. No rupture.
No rupture, and they've already retreated back enough. So Thompson will just spend a little bit of time hitting neutral creeps, giving Saksa the mid lane experience so you can get 6 a little bit sooner, which obviously is value for Thompson anyway, because then they can do the rupture into terrorize combo.
To Radiant's bottom tower.
Look at that. What is even happening here?
I don't really know, but Skeeter seems intent on trying to punish Seb, and Seb's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm definitely not dying right now.
so annoying to play because the centaur, he's just constantly pulling creep waves. Lifestealer, you know, you win this lane, but you can't really stop Seb.
Yeah, I mean, this is all without a Vanguard. He's making these kind of moves without the biggest upgrade that he gets in his arsenal, and
you got a Arcane Rune on 9 though. Could be useful. Maybe he'll just farm with it. Does have the maxed out Dissimulate, so going the farming build for sure. Looking to stack camps, it appears. Snaking gonna arrive to do the same. Unless they want to, are they gonna smoke gank? That's a bit awkward. Level 4 tide.
Okay, 9 was there, and it didn't really seem to serve a purpose.
It's a weird game for 9 though, to be fair.
Why? Because you feel like you can't gank the sidelines, or?
Yeah, well, first he's 0-3. That doesn't help.
Okay, sure. 80 games awkward then, yeah.
Yeah, who does he gank with? Like, you could theoretically go top, but, you know, when you fall behind on a hero like Void Spirit, Thompson's off map, you're just afraid because, you know, you show up top, you get ruptured, like, that's just it. Your gank's dead, you're probably dead too.
No.
It's just a weird game to play.
Just shy getting level 6. Snake King, they're trying to give him a little space to do something similar here at top, but
+1
doesn't happen. Now, well, the rupture's down for a bit, so 9 can feel confident doing something here. 33 is going to start pressuring the tower. They're going to catch Saksa here. The Cursed Crown, though, is kind of awkward, and 9 got to make sure he dodges that placement. He's going to pop the Dissimulate to make sure his Arcane Rune doesn't get purged away. Last hit on the tower is available to OG though, so.
Wow, that was just one edict, wasn't it? That was crazy. Leshrac, man, this hero is so good. I actually don't think there's ever a bad game to first to it. Just because of the max edict. Like, there's a level 7 Lesh who does basically a full Death Prophet exorcism worth of damage, but in 1/3 the time.
And is part of your reasoning on that just because it also has draft versatility?
Oh, yeah.
Where it could be mid and off lane?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be literally anywhere. And it's always good. You got stun, you got tower push, decent laner. What's not to love? Ana moving.
This cast
he's alone.
does not endorse 5 Leshrac, please.
Dire's courier got killed.
Blocking out Ana.
Cheap, you know.
Trying to get away with the Shadow Dance, and with no more jumps from the Void Spirit, he's certainly not going to be able to get that top lane. They're going to go for Snake King. Snake King does have the Ravage. If he wants to pop it, I think he's accepting his death here and holding on to his cooldown. He's saying there's 4 heroes up here, guys. It's not that big of a deal.
Tops in Dota. Strutting his stuff. 6K net worth and a blade mail. That is so annoying to deal with, specifically as 3-3 on the Leshrac, because he can just run in on top of you. Typically, you'd be able to stand still.
Oh, they're going to catch him with the brambles. It's on point. Now they're going to hit him with the rupture, and just a blade mail is going to ensure his death here. They threw out the terrorize just in case, because Skeeter was actually getting quite close there to be able to get in range of the Infest. Now they're going to help and try and bring down Thompson, but I'm pretty sure Thompson is going to be okay here.
Really nice job. The way Oracle healing works is it's all calculated, and then the sum occurs at the end. So as long as AA ult fades, then you will still heal. No problems. So no, so you don't have to watch the timing.
This is the Vanguard Centaur. And you can see a big difference. Everybody else's damage looks kind of meh, but Skeeter, thanks to him having that armlet, he was actually kind of chunking at the Centaur pretty decently.
Oh yeah, maxed out Bull Frenzy too. Just a bunch of attack speed. Only level 2 Feast, but still nearly 1% of max health percent damage.
Zox, the cold feet is going to stun him, but Fada may have bit off a bit more than he can chew. And OG, they're really taunting Tundra now. They say, don't get too cocky just because you beat us in one game.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
The real trick is beating us in a series. Tundra is doing a good job putting pressure on the other side of the map, though. Probably take the side lane tower.
Under attack.
Tundra also successfully took a game off of Secret, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a position they've been in before, but it's closing out the series that they found difficult. Took a game off Secret last season too.
Yeah, ultimately this team is just looking like an upgraded version of Hellbear Smashers, you know, where they're taking a game off of everybody. Tundra has actually won a series, and they've also taken a game off of the best teams.
Here's the play though. You got the Fairy Trinket. Nine's got a Passenger. They have Ravage. They'd love to kill Ana here.
Yeah, love to kill Ana. They need to be able to go through No Tail first, and that makes this a little bit hard to execute. They're going to jump on Ana now. Ana immediately start jumping away. No Tail. They're not going to get the opportunity to catch up to Ana. He's already dead, caught by the Ravage, and now No Tail slowed down enough that 33. He'll eventually catch up to this Oracle. There's no real out for him. Look at the courier. The ultimate on himself to try and kill the courier. That was cute, No Tail, but sadly your damage was just one short.
Yeah, 3-3 though. Think about, oh, hang on, 9.
Oh, he's got to dissimulate to be able to dodge this. He does. So Soxa,
the rune fades.
The haste rune fades as fresh runes are spawning. Terrorize is not going to land. Surprised he even tried to throw that one out there.
So the thing about the build though, 3-3 went for a mech again. So this is reminiscent of his Broodmother. A lot of tower pressure, a lot of team fight. Oh wait, Ana, careful buddy. Is he just tread swapped.
He's going to go for it here for the stun. He does manage to land, and 33 is just barely going to land. Thomas that one to fall. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they actually get the kill on Ana as well. OG. Oh, those tips are coming back now. They're going to give him to Fada for the sick outplay on Ana. What happened there?
He tread swapped. Well, first off, he didn't have ultimate used fast enough. He got he just tanked damage, tanked tower, tanked AA blast. And then tread swapped, lost 100 health on it, and just dies. That's Slark into AA. You know, Brian was talking about it. This is not the easiest of matchups, and we're gonna see the replay here real quick. Gets the defusal, but like that's under a nice Vortex, he takes all that damage, still uses ulti, but it's a bit late.
Yeah, he hit him with all that damage before the ultimate still gets a couple of shots.
He tread swapped from strength to agility at the start when he went in and lost health because he had already been hit by AA Blast.
Oh dear, OG.
Can't do it.
Can't do it now. Lost their net worth lead. And Tundra is beginning to get some map control. That's particularly concerning. Especially if they're getting some momentum off of it. This Leshrac, who is already an answer to the Slark, is also amped up by the fact that he can be infested by a lifestealer. So even the blade mail from the Bloodseeker may not be an answer to this hero.
It's just hang on, more fighting.
To the low ground, making sure the invis isn't going to be picked up. Thompson, the Bloodseeker's in trouble. They're going to throw out the Ravage to ensure he dies here. Anna did manage to get off the Dark Pact as the stun was landing, so he's going to be okay there. And it looks like Saxa will manage to TP out in time. So it is just Thompson, but
yeah. And the Ravage used, and you're like, oh wow, huge spell, but that's just the 4 position, right?
True.
It's 2 minutes. Whatever, but you get into the kill in the core, you force TPs, control your area of the map still defending this mid tower. Even game, 9-9. Anything could happen here, but it really feels like if OG are going to take this, it's going to be on the backs of 7 Thompson, which is not something you would typically say. You know, Ana almost always is on their win condition, but ineffective thus far. I love the pipe pick up by Seb, fully completing it. It's so good here against Lesh AA.
Yeah.
Just fully absorbing the Ice Blast if necessary. And the 3-3 items are the awkward ones, because Mech Force, it's good. You can get rid of the leap, you know, force whoever's caught out of it. Helps escape if you get diffuseled as well. But he will not be scaling as hard as he would have had he gone for the more core style. You know, early Kaya, Bloodstone perhaps, even a Yules. Ale.
On Thompson, they're going to gush him as well. No Tails there to protect him against the magic damage, though. They're going to go for the Snake King. They have to dive in pretty deep to be able to get this. He's already back into his triangle. Meanwhile, Thompson is at half health. So No Tail, keeping a close eye on him.
Oh, Fada.
Starts administering some heals. Fada is going to be caught by Ana here. Ana, they're going to go for the stun. It does land, being able to keep Fada alive here. They're going to throw out the Stampede, but Ana's going to be chased down twice now. Ana is gone for a kill on Fada and thrown away his life.
Where's the tip, though? Come on, Fada. You're a legend, old school gamer. Maybe he's just saying, you know, the best response is silence, but I would have tipped there. Second time. Maybe the third? You know, Ana's not playing this game like he's a carry Slark. He's very much a playmaker at this point, and I just don't know if it's what he wants to be doing.
Yeah, because the Bloodseeker's not going to carry this game, right?
Yeah, he went Blade Mail first.
33, they see him here. They're going to find their opening. He doesn't have a mech either, so he's in a bit of trouble. 4 steps forward. He's going to be able to get him out of the blood right.
Oh, no, the fear.
Keep on running forward. The Terrorize, see if he can run it out, and he does. It puts him over the edge. Seb is pretty far forward here, though. Not sure if they really want to go on a Centaur this tanky. He's got an Essence Ring as well. No way.
So that's why I'm confused. Like, the Force is good, don't get me wrong, but... And obviously, Yules can be purged by the Oracle Q, but Yules into Bloodseeker just seems like such a value item. If you can juke the silence and stand still.
No, absolutely. I do agree with you. Curse Crown.
Yeah.
Dealing with Blood Right. There's a lot of options.
The problem is that OG's lineup is still going to outscale. Like, you have the Oracle, you have 2 cores that are going to start doing some serious damage. You know, Skeeter on Lifestar, I don't want to understate. He can carry this game, but if you give him and Slark full item set, you're going to take the Slark. Maybe the AA change things. You know, it's anybody's game. Let's just leave it at that. It's even.
It is 10-10. Quite very literally even on net worth. So they're going to be able to find Thompson onto the low ground here. The Ravage immediately used it. A con no tail. He's still going to be able to get off at least the Fate's Edict to be able to stop away some of the magic damage. He's actually getting away with all that movement speed. Skeeter, he can't possibly keep up. Nine's going to be silenced, so Saxa goes in for the kill here. Last bit of damage. He TP's out. Extra style points for Saxa. The team managed to get away there. 33 in trouble. Anna looking to be able to chase him down. The bird damage bit by bit. Oh, no tail. He finished them off with the Purifying Flames. Now Snake King. He's going to be caught by the Purge as well.
That is
Fortune
so
does
sick.
not end well here for Tundra.
Man, the cast animation from the Leshton, I think finishes Ana there, but no tail. Zaps him down just in time. And yeah, that's who I was looking at too. The damage output from this Centaur is unreal.
Radiant's bottom tower
Absurd, some would say.
Truly absurd indeed.
S1, I mean, he did half his team's damage in that fight. How many double edges did he get off? And this is going to get spooky. Ana and Thompson will both have BKB up soon. I think Skeeter just getting kited a little bit in that fight. Didn't really have a place. Thompson escaped, and then he was kind of pressured back into the mid lane. Ravage was nice, but you didn't kill the core.
Yeah, I mean, they were so split in that fight, right? They didn't have the Leshrac around, so they inevitably just ran out of damage trying to go for this Bloodseeker. It looked good initially because they caught no tail, but then it was just Skeeter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fought again.
All right, the smoke's gonna break. He knows he's here. Doesn't quite catch him on the blink, but it'll catch him on the stampede. Managed to run him over, but the rest are being in here. They're all very spotted in this blood right. It's really awkward for 33, as he's already at half health, and he's just gonna be taken out by Thompson almost instantly. Now, no tail's gonna be spotted, but he does manage to get off that false promise, saving himself, but he can't save the others. Thompson may need it right now as he's getting a little bit low. The dissimulate, he actually gets silenced there. Bloodright going down. Thompson looking for the finish, but he's quite low, and he will actually get burned out. The rest of OG on the retreat here. They only lost Thompson for this. So if they get out freely and Ana's allowed to farm top, this isn't too bad.
Was forced to buy back one Fada as well. Seb, not the ideal initiations there. Missed both hoof stomps to start the fight. Oh, well, I guess he did get the one on Fada, but not as he planned. And a good buyback, but you really would have loved to be able to turn that around more. But unfortunately, Ravage coming up 2-1 now. Had they had it for that fight, it would be different. But OG, yeah, they lost last game, but they did the exact same sort of plays. They have timers. You know they have timers, and they're only making these sorts of aggressive plays because they know they have that window.
The next timer for OG, they've got, yeah, you've got Ravage back up, and now they've got the BKB on the Slark. That is going to make things very awkward because their biggest threat to this Slark is the Leshrac and the Void Spirit's AoE damage, all that magic damage.
And that's my problem with 3. Like, look at 3-3's gold right now. Like, he was having such an insanely good game, but I almost feel like he sacrificed too much here. Like, it's not about how strong he is now. He's gonna fall off this game. He's not a real core anymore. He's truly playing from as an offlaner, but I think that was kind of where 9 was looking after his rough laning phase. 3-3 had the opportunity to take more of a farm priority, but
Smoke gets onto the high ground. It breaks.
Can't go.
Ana and Snake King, the Fish Boys, they spot each other. No one makes a real move here. Tundra still playing into their triangle right now. OG looking for somebody out of position here. 9 immediately pops the dissimulate as soon as his smoke breaks. He is not taking any chances being spotted, potentially caught by Stomp or Rupture. 9 thinking about it, but immediately the Fate's Edict's going out, so they know No Tail's right behind him. It's not worth trying to go for Ana here. The chance of them blowing him up, whether it's Dark Pack, BKB, or False Promise, it's so unlikely to 100-0 him. His team fight is actually very hard for Tundra, I feel like.
Oh yeah. They need to play it near perfectly, and they have to get No Tail.
That's why they're re-smoking. They're going to find this initiation. No sounds up immediately here. The Fate's Edict is going out. The Stampede trying to get him away. Now, OG, are they going to try and fight this for No Tail's? No, it looks like they will. No Infest up. Skeeter stuck by this Rupture, and it's going to start beating on him. They do have the range. Terrorize being forced down time and time again. Skeeter trying to get out of blood right now. He's going to be okay. The Centaur, they're going to start focusing on him. The Ice Blast does bring him down. OG playing the edge of Seeker's hand, and now commits to the team fight. The Ravage going down, but doesn't actually stop Ana, but it does kill No Tail. The Terrorize beautifully placed. They do have a nice Bramble. Fuel Scepter's going to go off. Does he have a Dissimulate? 9. He's going to throw out a little bit of a stun onto Ana, but they're chasing, and Ana's building up that damage bit by bit. Thompson, he needs to be able to play in and out constantly, but Saxa doesn't have that luxury. It looks like Thompson's still going for it, but it looks like maybe he misread it again. He thought he could go for the kill on 9, but he's just about 100 damage short.
And they just can't. Skeeter, the Deso armlet build, he was chunking Seb on the Centaur. The pipe we liked. The trouble is he has no armor. The Vanguard is not effective once you start getting chunked by a max feast lifestealer with Deso. He's hitting for like 250 a pop. Good initiation. They force the ulti on Noto. That's a kill if 9 lands his Q there. But I actually think it works out better for Tundra because it puts OG in a position where they feel confident taking a team fight. And Skeeter, you just can't go. He still has rage. So, oh, you want to come click me? All right. The fear play doesn't work. And now we've traded Rupture and Oracle ulti for effectively nothing. Snaking still holding the Ravage. I believe it's squandered. You see him pop it here. Look at that BKB timing. It's perfect. But Ana just doesn't do enough damage yet. And neither does Thompson. They're fast. They're quick. They can go in and out. But you can't trade with Skeeter.
Another buyback used by Tundra, and that to be ensuring that they do win the fight. And while they do win this one, it is slightly concerning when you say those words. Ana doesn't do enough yet.
Yeah.
But it is inevitable that he is going to start doing damage eventually. So I feel like Tundra in some ways does need to, like, I want them to start winning fights on OG's side of the map, you know?
We'll see.
Or do you disagree? You think they're good? You think they can just chill?
Like, if you look at Ana's talents, you can see the way he sees this game going. Strength over agility, lifesteal over attack speed. It's all about the long, sustained fights. Slark inevitably counters lifestealer when you're actually able to trade. And you need a bunch of stacks for that. That'll be a couple items out. But, you know, at this rate, you got to be a little concerned because Skeeter, this man is very strong. Sanjin Yasuo just completed the Deso. He's not ready to fight Slark necessarily, but he will be able to go toe-to-toe with the Bloodseeker and the Centaur very easily. Love to see Willow a little more involved. It doesn't feel like we've seen a ton of impact from Saksa, but it's tough. He can't really approach the fight. If he catches a Ravage or even just is in range of the Leshrac, he straight up dies to magical AoE. Really
especially since they're very reliant on that terrorize. Because Thompson is going to be jumped on here. No tail once again right behind him. That's why the Dissimulate went backwards. They're a little bit afraid of what's on the other side of this river. Skeeter immediately goes ahead and rages TPs out. He's going to be okay, but it does mean that Snaking is left behind here. The trap.
That's huge. That's the one hero with no buyback, Cal.
No buyback here for, and he's gone for 70 seconds. So they've got a minute here to try and do Roche.
And I believe that's, yeah, they're going to bring out, I mean, Paladin Sword for Ana might come out, but he's got a Nether Shawl. That's actually so sick this game. We were talking about it on the ride over. It's just a free magic resist, 25%.
They know they're inside the Roshan pit right now. They know what's happening. They got the scan. The Ice Blast is going to come in. It's 2. That'll get him out of the pit, but they still have 40 seconds left, and now a Cursed Crown actually landing. Terrorize going to go out. He Eul Scepter's just in time. Can he dissimulate as well? He does. He managed to Astral Step himself back up to the high ground and fess up as well. 33, 4 staff away from Ana for now, as the False Promise is going to be put onto Ana, but a nice stomp from Seb is going to be able to stall their retreat out. 9 dissimulates just before the leap, and he Astral Steps over to the tier 2. Just before the Cursed Crown lands, he gets away. OG, they're not going to have this Roshan for free. Tundra's going to fight for it. It's now Seb, 4 staffing. He actually goes in a little bit here. The Infest on out now. Skeeter, you can see his objective.
Playing so well. Tundra just kiting. Snaking needs to be alive. He's up now. They have Ravage. They defend the Roche.
They are a little bit low on resources. 30-3 could use some mana here, but they certainly have prevented OG from immediately taking Roshan. They're going to have to be a bit cautious about this one. They're going to play just outside the pit. They get some vision. Ana spotted. There goes the Rupture on to Skeeter. Skeeter, who does not have he actually has to TP out.
Yeah.
Maybe this is an opportunity.
It's coming straight back though.
He's gonna run as quick as he can. He's going to have Infest up in 14 seconds. They managed to get away from the Ice Blast. Seb sees this as an opportunity. They want to be able to fight into this triangle right now, but Skeeter is just about to join them. Seb, he spots him. Seb, not going to be able to get the Blink initiation. 9 sets it up. Nice AoE silence. He immediately goes for no tail. Meanwhile, Soxon's already dead. He immediately buys back. Beautiful Ravage on to 4. They're gunning for no tail. No tail's down first. They turn around. Start banging on Ana. Ana pops BKB's Shadow Dance. He wants to be able to finish off 9. A 4-staff gets him away. He's actually good for now. They turn around. They see Thompson. Eul Scepter into the chain stun. Thompson's definitely dead here as the Terrorize is not going to be enough to save him unless... No, Thompson's gone. 9 will finish him off with a jump forward. And now it's Tundra who are sitting on the precipice here, being able to do Roshan. I'm not sure if OG can defend.
I mean, win or lose, this is the best I've seen Tundra play all season. They are on fire right now. The way they're pushing and prodding, that they have no business being able to take that fight, but they just bled 40 seconds to get their Tidehunter back alive. Insane initiation from 9. Look at this. 3-man silence into a 4-man silence, 3-person astral step, and then Snaking just like, all right, bro, I appreciate that. Blink Ravage on 4. Ana does get the Q off, but he's just not doing enough damage yet. Ana is not quite a threat with his itemization. They might even actually just walk into the pit. They weren't able to get Roche off of this, and now there's no Ravage for 87 seconds. So you need a lot of time as Tundra before you're ready to fight.
Once again, OG, they kind of approached the pit at some point. The Ice Blast went down, chased him away. Last time, Cap, I'm scared about the damage output of Tundra as this game continues. 3-3 win for an Aeon disc. He is Mech, Force, Aeon. None of these items help him scale. His net worth is going to stay low. Like, he's sub 10K still, 30 minutes into the game. It really seems like Tundra are banking on drawn-out fights against a Slark.
Yeah.
Which, in some way, they do have a Lifestealer, who's another one of those kings of drawn-out fights, no doubt. It's just, it feels like both teams are banking that they are the superior team at fights that go long.
It's a lot of pressure on Skeeter to perform. Like, he has to eat people alive. He's played well so far, 5-0-6, but it feels like it's one of those games where if Lifestealer ever dies, you've just lost the fight. Maybe even the game. He has Paladin Sword, went for the evasion talent level 20, so he's deceptively tanky.
Skeeter, his 5th most played hero. The Lifestealer, 54% win rate in pubs, but it hasn't been good for Tundra in the DPC. Nevertheless, seem confident. Zap, he finds a 2-man initiation. Immediately, he's going to be shrugged off by Snaking. For Zap inside of the pit as Ana looks to be able to hunt, but No Tail's already dead, and it looks like Saksa could be caught by 9 as well. Yule Scepter into the brambles. He'll be controlled up. Ana,
careful,
he's going to go for Skeeter. Skeeter, 1 hit, and Ana actually takes a lot of damage there. The Curse Crown into the Terrorize. That's going to chain up the stuns into the silence as well. Force Staff gets him a little bit of distance, but the silence is going to last so long, but it can't go for it. Thompson doesn't do the damage. He's going to TP out. It's fine. Ana, he may still be caught here. Pounce, he goes up onto the trees. He's okay for now. 9 can't quite pursue, especially gets caught by the brambles. But Seb is in the river here, and 33 is going to keep him slowed. Fortunately, a Force Staff gets him away from that stun. Can Tundra do Roshan now? Are they going to try and catch Ana? The Ice Blast. 9. He's hunting right now. Immediately gets 1 sound. Oh, out in front of him. You're not going anywhere. A blocked pounce by Snake King means Ana dies, and Roshan is free for the taking for Tundra.
That is so huge. Yeah, the Ravage is completely shrugged off, but it's the damage output. Sick AA blast from Fada. This is proof. This is why you have to be careful picking Slark into AA. The magical damage is just nuts. No regen potential. They just got Roche. That's crazy. That gives them the time now to wait for Ravage, relax a little bit, and look to take another fight. Gold advantage just like no disfavor.
They've got vision up here, Seb, and you, my friend, are farming way too close to the Roshan pit.
And this is huge. Like, I can't. Like, there's a lot on the line here. OG 2-1 this season. Tundra 1-2. But they both have pretty rough schedules ahead, and consider OG, would they get 50 points last season? If they don't go to the major with at least, like, you know, a 3rd place, 2nd place finish, that means they have to go through like wild card group and probably win, or at top 2 have to be grand finals at the major. Otherwise, they're playing a TI qualifier, which they're probably comfortable with. But still, this EU's region, yeah, it's some big names.
They're probably comfortable with it, but that was something that Seb talked about when he said, you know, when Ana was coming back in an interview, he said that he is very confident that by TI they will be back in form, but it's going to take them time to get there. And what happens if you're not ready and you have to go through TI qualifiers instead of being able to wait until TI itself?
Indeed, because that's an extra month and a half of practice. That's a big deal for somebody who took a 1.5-year vacation.
It's also a big deal for a team that is known to be able to thrive under the pressure of TI.
I can tell you, there's 17 other teams in the world that are going to be very happy if the final European representative is not OG.
They're trying to get away, but 9, he's not letting him go nowhere.
Huge. Completely even game, but it does certainly feel like Tundra have all the momentum now.
They're playing on the other side of the map. They just saw 2 heroes down there, so OG immediately try and get aggressive. They run into Skeeter, but Skeeter's got an Aegis. This was ill-advised just at the get-go.
Well, a lot of spells. The BKB charge used, Oracle ulti, and now Seb, gotta be careful. He's trying to TP.
Keeping out 33. He gets the stun. Seb is caught. The rest of the team soon to follow, especially since he doesn't have a stampede. No way out of this one. In fact, you can see 9. He actually turned around with the infested lifestealer still inside of him.
Ooh.
He immediately ran back to mid after they realized the Zeb was dead and started looking for another kill.
And fought with the scouting AA blast. Thinking about helping his team get aggressive.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Bots finished on 3-3, so they'll have some more map pressure. AC, the next item on Skeeter. Love that choice. Scotty for Ana, but man, this Slark just still doesn't do any damage. And 9 is set up.
I mean, Tundra have done this time and time again. They're going to get in front of Ana here. The sound's not quite working. Dual Scepter into this will definitely catch him. Ravage going to be blown because they know if they kill Ana, OG can't fight back.
That is so sick. And they don't mind either because they still have Aegis. So it's not as if you can really fight into Tundra here as OG. And in general, their team fight's just lacking. They have 2 cores that basically just run in and hit people, but they don't do enough damage yet.
I mean, Kyle, can we talk about how persistent Tundra has been in Game 2 and Game 3 at fighting over those Tier 2 towers? They are not giving this room up for free. They are always hunting right now. They are almost feels like they're turning OG style back around on them and just saying like, hey, you know, if you guys always want to fight, how do you feel when the shoe's on the other foot? How do you like being hunted?
Yeah, it's just the gold lead, the XP even more pronounced. Look at that. That is the graph that counts here.
Yeah, experience-based damage, you called it. Yeah, that kind of advantage is huge.
Talents online.
Dire's bottom tower is being
level 21 on the Tide. He actually does not die.
Okay, they saw No Tail to the left-hand side here, which is still a very big kill. Zeb blinks in to give him the pipe. A risky move. Saxa. He's got Yules in Shadow Realm, but if he's spotted, he's by 9. He's probably still dead.
Agents of
he can't get out. He's trying to get out of this tree area. And look at that. Immediately, like they show top, and then the other 3 are immediately making sure this bottom lane isn't pushed in. This is a fight that OG are actually maybe gonna set up for a little bit. I saw some TPs behind Ana, but apparently not. They actually, okay. How did he know Thompson was here? He's gonna force out the BKB TP. Do they have a?
No, he killed the courier. He killed the courier, and they knew that he was in the vicinity, so he just went hunting.
Okay, he's like, kill my courier. Punish you for that.
Nice, another tier 2. AC complete and backpacked. That's how you know you're a little scared. If a lifestealer has more than enough slots, Sox is done for.
Yeah. Stark Willow just not having a great time in this game. Wasn't great for No Tail last game, and it's not great for Soxa this one.
Yeah, okay, Aegis gone though, so suddenly OG, you have a bit of breathing room. And look, 3-3's played a hell of a game, but his net worth is still not quite at a point where he's a real threat to a hero like Slark. The trouble is that 9 and Skeeter just smell blood. They are all over the place and forced to BKB.
Shadow Dance, and no TP just yet. Oh, he's gonna TP right now, but they're spotted. Any stuns? They don't have anything.
So that was spooky.
Yeah. Only he could have gotten that bash, but not the case here. And again, TPing to the other side of the map almost immediately. There is vision from OG, so they see this. They're gonna see the bots in on the last track as well. Now, I'm waiting for OG to try and punish this because Tundra, as a result, are playing very split. It's always 2 and 3 kind of set up. But I don't think 3 is enough to punish. I don't think they could take a 3-on-3.
I don't either.
Especially if Skeeter's the one there, you know? Oh, geez, they seem to agree, but somehow Seb! Oh, no. He pings that high ground because he's like, they have vision up on the trees somehow, but no.
They saw the Stormcrafter proc too that Lesh is carrying.
Oh, all right.
What is OG's just getting caught everywhere? Like, guys, you can't push lanes by yourself.
And Sox is certainly making sure of that. Oh, the
robes aura? Yeah, but they saw him.
Robe? The aura? Interesting.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Scotty now for the Slark, but that is not a big damage switch up.
No.
That isn't all of a sudden going to threaten Skeeter.
No, it's end of the day, OG need long fights. They need Ana smacking somebody for 20 seconds, backing off, resetting, and doing it again. But they're not getting that opportunity. Buyback forced. But yeah, Tundra's just, okay, cool. We'll run away now.
Yeah.
Roshan is up in 47 seconds to 3 minutes and a half.
They still have a Bishop Blade they can build up for the Slark. Wait for that third Roshan.
They're going to have E-Blade soon on their Tidehunter. I mean, they have so many tools to escape damage, and OG legit don't have stuns other than a Blink Centaur, and that just isn't reliable against multiple Yules, multiple BKBs.
Gets bashed, false promise. Ana looks to be able to chase after him with the Scotty, slows down Skeeter a little bit, but it's not quite feeling that great. Especially Snaking now represents the managed to grab a mid-stampede. The Ravage going down, but he just managed to get off the Shadow Dance. Is he still stuck? He pounces over the other side, but there's 9, and there's 33. They hit him with the stun ever so barely. He's saved by the Fates Heated, but here comes an Ice Blast. He has to move over to the right-hand side, not be hit by the Rift, and Thompson does manage to get the kill on Deny, but a 2-for-1 trade so far. 33 is Aeontis is going to be able to bail him out here, purged away. Ana and Seb trying to make their escape here. Ana building up a little bit of stats here.
Kind of fight you want if you're OG. If you can get your spells back up. No-Tail has ulti ready in 10 seconds. BKB and 30 for Ana. But yeah, to your point, like, it's the lack of damage items on the Slark. Basher's next, but still, like, these items are meant to help him stick in the fights. He's not really a threat until you get to those 20, 30 agility stacks. And you just can't trade with Skeeter. He's being chunked so hard.
And it's interesting because when the damage is slow, it means that Bloodseeker is also hurt by that fact, right? He's not getting those big thirst stacks when everyone's sitting 80, 90% HP.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson doesn't even really count as a carry anymore because, again, his items are purely defensive. Blade Mail to start, Sannyasha, BKB Basher, but he just doesn't touch anybody. Skeeter has the evasion talent, so that's 16% of these hits that aren't even landing. He's got AC Aura. He has the increased rage duration. Plus Paladin Sword. Like, he does not die. It's the second round that'll get them the win, but that won't even be enough. Age is going to be picked up. Who's going to grab the...
I trust there was a good reason.
Shard is... Leshrac. Yeah, I love that. Leshrac. It's so effective against a hero like Slark. You know, if he catches, maybe he'll miss the first stun, he'll cue it off, but it's a pretty damn big AoE that'll just constantly get larger and larger as it
and in a way, Tundra want to play in a ball. Right?
Yeah.
They want to play kind of in the same area, around each other. This Ice Blast headed up to top lane. So many of these Ice Blasts have been used to either scout or push in waves, so Tundra can remain hunting. They don't have to worry about the side lane so much. Spell Prism into a Scythe of Ice for Seb. So a lot of big add in disables there.
It's necessary, right? They realize, like, we don't actually have lockdown to kill these heroes. Lifestealer and Void just have way too many escapes.
We're gonna back into a smoke. Make sure they're out of vision of these wards. Smoke is gonna break most likely on Seb here. They're gonna jump forward, immediately trying to go for Seb. Skeeter, he certainly outputs a lot of damage onto Seb. Now he is able to get the Stampede and away. Ana managed to get the Rupture onto 9. They might just be able to kill him again here. They start off last team fight. 4 staffs are going to try to get him out of here, but the Rupture is also still dealing damage, and Ana's looking good. He's got a false promise. He's going to back up and reset a little bit with the buyback coming out from 9. They say the damage is done. If we can get everybody else out, we're looking pretty good. No-Tail looks like he's kind of stuck, though. 33 running forward very aggressively here, and Ana, he'll turn around and try and punish. Immediately, the E-Blade goes out onto him, though. Socks are turning around with the Terrorize. He's going to be okay as he scares back both Snake King and Skeeter.
Oh, whoa, look at Thompson 9.
Thompson 9? What was Thompson doing here? It looks like maybe he was chasing 33, but 9 on the buyback is able to catch Thompson through this to simulate the nuke finish. Class onto Ana. Ana leaps away just in the nick of time. Bouncing back in. Seb, he sees the 2-man stomp. Managed to land that one with the magic damage flowing in. They're going to go for Snake King first. Snake King would already use Ravage. Not that much of a threat, but they got to deal with Skeeter. Bashed once. Gotta get him out of here. He doesn't have enough mana to be able to blow anything. He's going to be losing his first life for this. If they can actually catch him, they just need another bash. All right, first life down. Can they catch him a second time into the back line? Almost immediately. He's going to be gunning for No-Tail, but he has to be able to jump. Immediately, Scythe of Ice up, down to half health. He's low. King Thunder Can he actually get away? But he actually gets the infest. Inside is sinking ever so barely. Now, it's going to be 33. An Ice Blast on and 3. Really well set up. Well, 9. He's beating into No-Tail, trying to finish him off, forcing the false promise on himself. So it's not there to be able to save the Bloodseeker right now, who's going to be chased down. He's finished off by the Ancient Apparition. Anna right in the middle of 4. He's going to turn around, but Aeontis, they're also sticky. He's not doing the damage fast enough. He needs to be able to jump down to Merge, but Sneaking's there. Gets in front of him, denies him an exit. Now Seb, he's going to fall as well. No buybacks on the side of OG, and Tundra clearing through hero after hero. Seek and destroy is their mission. They're going to hunt down every single one of OG's members. And it's looking like, Kyle, game 3. It may not be Tundra's immediately, but they are looking damn good to finish this series up.
That was absolutely insane. Skeeter just that perfect infest when by the time 3-3 dies, he's full HP again and can look to trade. Ana had 50 stacks and it still wasn't enough. The fight was as long as you could possibly hope for OG. But as you said, great pounce block by Snaking. He has been on point. That buyback was once again crucial.
Someone better help Dyer's
I mean, the support's buying back. What are you guys going to do?
They're going for the throne. Yeah, go for the W here.
Yeah, go for the W. Immediately, Soxa tries to show himself to kill a creep wave. Tundra say, no. We know exactly what you need to do to stall this game out. You need backdoor protection to go back up. No way in hell we're going to allow that. Skeeter, meanwhile, focusing on the objectives for them as the building hitter. A tier 4 left, but that's it. No-Tail calls it OG. They will drop down here in this game 3. Tundra, a huge victory for them. They are now 2-2 in their second season here of the DPC.
Man, some smiles coming out, well deserved. That is huge from Tundra. That is the team I expected to see coming into the start of this.